So hello, hello. You can probably see us if you are watching on YouTube. We're just testing for a second to make sure that we are indeed live and ready to hit that button, hit the intro button
And
as
I'm
soon
gonna
as
do
we
it
see that you
right
guys.
now.
It's the other stuff show with the kids talking about other stuff.
Bill, you made it. It would have been really funny if you were just appeared.
Hi, everybody.
We're
What's
here.
up?
It's the Other Stuff Show summertime edition. How exciting. The twice a year biannual. We always forget whether that's the right term for it, but I think it is. Other Stuff Show. Very excited. Very excited for this one.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot to talk about. I know before we started, Wyatt, you were saying not as much for you, but I feel like it's gonna be a lot. We were like, I feel like for the last 2 months we've been saying, guys, we need to do another stuff show because there's so much.
There's definitely some meaty ones to talk about. And I feel like back in like around the time Invincible was happening, oddly enough, there was like 5 different shows all happening at once, or like 5 different video games that all came out. I'm in like, I feel like the tail end of some of that like craziness where it felt like every night of the week I had something to watch. Maybe I'm just catching up on a lot of things now that I'm on summer vacation. But yeah, I'm excited to hear what's at the top of everybody's list to talk about that they've been enjoying over the past 6 months or so, as well as say hi to the chat and see what you guys have all been talking about. It's rare that we get to do these live ones that aren't just focused about, the episode of Invincible we just watched or Invincible Versus. So hey, Josh. Hey, Chris. Hey, Owen. Thank you guys for hanging out. Lewis, feel free to, shout out in the chat things you guys have been enjoying that we can talk about as well.
And that reminds me, we have an email from our very own Thetis, aka Travis, who emailed us recently, wanting to remind us, especially for the Other Stuff show, that Final Space will finally get its conclusion. If you backed it, that's been sent out to backers, but it will be available on Amazon tomorrow, June 20th, for anyone else who wants to get it and finally read the end. Travis said they watched rewatched the whole series and cried again just to remind them. I really want to rewatch it. I remember, man, we loved that show. We talked a ton about it. And recommended it to people all the time. I forgot a lot, and I can't wait to rewatch it. And then after rewatching it, at least one of us get it and pass it around, or just go and order the book to get the finale.
It has been a long time since I've watched any Final Space, and which is rare because I feel like that's one of like my go-to shows for a while, but it's been like probably 2 years since I've watched any Final Space, which is an appropriate amount of time to like rewatch it because I forgot a lot about the later seasons. Like I don't fucking remember how it ended at all.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Thanks for the reminder, Travis.
I just want to talk about Obsession. I just want to talk about Obsession. I just want to talk about.
Before we talk
I just want to do it.
Before that,
no.
We're like, we're probably like longer than an hour out from talking about any of that.
Well,
You're not my dad or my mom.
Get there quick.
I feel like we normally do homework first. Is that true?
We do, and it typically takes about an hour.
Yeah.
All right,
so we got to talk
for those of us that are joining maybe for the first time, or if you're clicking on this video after it's not live and you're watching this for the first time, every 6 months when we do one of these, the Other Stuff show, and we talk about all the other things we're enjoying, each of us pick something for the other 3 hosts that they have to watch or play or read or consume, or in some cases build. When I built a Gundam before the next Other Stuff show. So we assign homework to each of us, and then it is due by the time we do our next Other Stuff show. So now we get to talk about what each of us were assigned, how that went, what we thought of each of our homework pieces. So who would like to start first? Bill's going first.
Okay.
Ryan made us all do fucking 10 top movies of all time, which is a 2.5 hour long episode, I think.
Yeah, it is.
That we did. So if you didn't watch it, it's out now. So that was a lot of fun. That was the first thing that I did. I think I did it like maybe a couple weeks after it was talked about. And then So let me talk about Solo Leveling first. TJ, I only watched the first season. I did not watch the second season. However, I did like it more as it went on. I felt like towards the middle it was a little like redundant. But by the end of it, where he assigned his class and everything kind of came to a head, I do understand why I should have watched both seasons though, because you kind of get like what he wants to do. And I don't want to spoil it in case anybody hasn't seen it, but it is straight up Dungeon Crawler Carl.
That makes me excited to give it a try because I love the concept of Dungeon Crawler Carl, but it didn't quite click for me. So I wonder if this will.
Yeah.
So the reason why I assigned it to Bill was because of how much he loves Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I like recognize that it's very similar. It's got similar. It's not like completely.
No, it's
Dungeon Crawler Carl. Like you could say it's like got Tomb Raider elements because they're going into like caves and stuff and exploring stuff, or like Monster Hunter. It's all of that stuff kind of combined into one thing. Season 2 is like the one though. That's where it gets like super emotional. There's some great stuff with his mom.
Yeah.
Who's just in a hospital bed. I mean, she's in a coma in the first season,
but
so you don't really know anything about her.
There's really good scenes. Like they open up that storyline a lot. Can I just say go ahead.
Dungeon Crawler Carl, for those who are asking, it is fantastic. It's about aliens take over Earth and make any of the survivors go into a dungeon crawl, which is like there's many floors. There's like I think 13 or something like that. And each one gets progressively harder. It's like a real life video game, and magic and is real, and it's over the top. It's funny. It's like it's almost too much at some points, which is, I mean, again, TJ, I think you said it right, where Solo Leveling is like just like bare bones Dungeon Crawler Carl. There's no like talking cats or anything like that.
I don't think
just
it's zany from what
it's not zany. It's like a little bit more grounded. But yeah, go ahead, TJ. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember.
I'll jump in because I loved Solo Leveling. I was excited that TJ assigned that to you. Partially because like the animation in the fights is just so much fun. Like I love getting to watch, especially like in anime. Obviously, like when Invincible first started, it was getting compared all the time to like Jujutsu Kaisen and other places that do like animated fights. And it is really cool to see some of these studios that have been like clearly, well-oiled machines that have been making these shows and refining how to do these cool action sequences. And Solo Leveling was just like, I think somebody had said when I first started watching, it's just aura farming. It's just every episode, you're going to give the main character something to do where he looks super fucking cool during it. And it, especially in like the second season, Bill, it delivers on that like double what season 1 does.
The fighting and the action was sick, but what like was really cool, and this is a good segue into Edge Runners, which was my homework from you, Wyatt. There was a part, because it doesn't really do many interesting things with animation in Solo Leveling. It's just awesome action. And like it'll do the cliche, like, he'll go like this and it's an up close on his face or whatever. But there was a fucking part when he went fucking wild on Igris, the like Red Knight in the second to last episode, where it went all like sketchy. Like it was like sketchy fucking shit. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool, Ryan. I think that you would probably like it. It's
Ryan would definitely like it.
It's the most anime thing that I have ever seen,
which is like, wild because I don't think it's. But I don't mean like,
haha, hee hee, hoo hoo. I mean like him being like, I have to go stronger, like him like bouncing everything and yelling everything. So if you're not in the zone for that, you'll be like, but
like Dragon Ball Z is way more anime than I think Solo Leveling. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
I don't think so. I think it's not. I think it's in line. I think it's in line with what I've seen of.
I'll say that the only.
Dragon Ball is more anime. Like it's more old school anime for sure. But
I'm not a big anime person. It could be just because I haven't watched enough of it, but I've never really had the interest. But Solo Leveling is like the only full anime like from Japan that that I like. Like
Yeah.
obviously Airbender and things like that. I don't think that's not like full anime for what people say, but
Yeah. It's an
yeah,
American
it's
show, yeah.
the show is like you would I don't want to give too much away, but like when you have a character that who is constantly solo leveling and leveling up and getting better and better and just fucking wrecking people, you'd think that like if he doesn't struggle at some point, like the show is going to get old, but it fucking doesn't. Not for me anyways.
It did seem a lot like, and I don't know which one came first, but One Punch Man, where there were some times where he was just like easing through stuff, and he's not solo leveling anymore, TJ. Not by the end of the
spoilers.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
So Edge Runners, Cyberpunk Edge Runners was very good. I think that it stuck the landing. The fucking needle drops in it were so good. His and Lucy's theme, which is a real song.
I can't listen to it without like it making me tear up a little.
Oh, is that the thing that everybody related to the two people sitting? Like it was done in Arcane, and then it was done in
sitting on the
Invincible, and then
moon.
it was
Dude,
Spider-Verse, like the two people sitting. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, very very good. The moon theme, like how it ended with like in front of. I don't want to spoil stuff.
But yeah, it's bookended so perfectly. That's why, like, when I assigned it, I think I said it's such a solid single season of TV.
Yeah,
that, like,
it is.
Takes the Night City setting and the cyberpunk setting with the fun slang words of calling everybody choom and like the different upgrades you can do in the game, and weaves such a good story that is like a very tragic Blade Runner-esque type of story that is just like, it doesn't have to be more than this. I never need to see these characters specifically again. I'm excited they're doing another season and it's going to be different characters.
It's like the video game.
That's what I was going to ask. Can anybody in the chat, let me know, did anybody enjoy Edge Runners that did not play any of the video game?
I imagine that it's very accessible in terms of like, I don't think you need to. I think you get more like at the afterlife. So there were many like Easter eggs. Atom Smasher obviously is a huge part of the game. Like, and he's in the show.
But only a little bit in the show, not really a ton.
He's in the end, and then he's like, they kind of talk about him a lot. Then there's like the tank, the hovering tank that you hijack.
There's
and
so
have
many
sex in.
little things
That's
like
in it.
Even in a random action
Afterlife.
sequence when they're like doing a heist, I would be like, oh, that's the gun I just got in the game. Because I started watching the show having played like an hour of the game when it launched, and I was like, it's really buggy. It's not really living up to what I wanted, and I never went back to it. Yeah. And then when I started the show, and I was enjoying like the first 3 episodes of the show, that was when I think I texted Bill and was like, you played more of Cyberpunk. Is it worth getting back into? And they've updated that game so much to the point where like you can go and get a bunch of items that are specific only to the show that they've now added in universe in game, where you can find them since the show technically takes place before the game. Like it was a really fun experience to do both of them like simultaneously, but I'm excited to see that like Chris and Owen saying that they hadn't played the game at all, because I think it just adds to the depth of things, and you'll notice things more if you've played the game.
Yeah. And lastly, I'll just say, I think my favorite part, I talked about my favorite part in solo leveling was the sketched, like crazy animation. And then the part that I was like, oh shit, was when David like upgraded further. So he didn't just have the Sandivisten, the Flistimifer. That's a Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs reference there. And he got his like legs upgraded, and it showed him go into slow motion. That guy pulled a gun and he flipped over him and shot him in the back of the head. So it showed it in slow motion, and then it showed it in real time, and it was like bam. And I'm like, oh, that was fucking cool.
Just him using his upgrades, they do the cool thing where it's like leaving a trail of like echoes of his character model behind as he's moving to show his sort of super speed, is done so well, and like in a lot of creative ways too in the show. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. It's really, really good. I kind of
very good. I'm glad I watched it. And my extra credit from you, Wyatt, I started the album. I didn't realize that 9 Inch Nails wasn't just all like I wanna fuck you like an animal.
It's not all
like
it's
like
not all sexy time songs.
that's all like when I think of Nine Inch Nails, that's what I think of. But it's
Exactly.
very fucking vibey, man. Like it's
Yeah,
just
dude.
like I mean, it's some of it's a little repetitive, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's just
yeah.
like one lyric over and over again. But that being said, it is a headphones on, one wheel ride at night, you know, maybe do
Oh,
a
yeah.
little recreational fun and have a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it. I bought it. I bought the album because I
Awesome.
wanted to listen to it in its totality. But I got like 3 songs in, and it's great.
Nice. I'm glad you're
That
doing-
being
yeah,
said, and
the
then I'll let
opening
someone else
track
go.
I think is great. It's very, very good.
Wyatt, I know you don't like horror. I know you don't like gore, but did anybody see the new fucking Hellraiser game trailer that came out? That is like, bro, the sound, the song go like bumping in the background. It makes you kind of want to like maybe be like, you know, in that world a little bit.
Okay. I'll look
But
it
you'll
up.
have to check it out.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next because that kind of transitions well into mine. My extra credit was In Rainbows.
That's
Is it
right.
In
Yeah.
Rainbows, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Radiohead?
Radiohead and Rainbows.
I listened to it multiple times. Usually, like I would go a couple weeks and be like, "Oh yeah, I should listen to it again." And it would be the kind of thing where I'm at work, I put it on, and it just plays through, and then all of a sudden it just goes on to the something else because it finishes the album or whatever. I don't know if it's something I would just put on.
Oh yeah.
If I just want to listen, it is
For sure.
heavy, and it's definitely moody, and like you got to be like, it's very vibe based, and you have to be. You have to want to listen to something like that.
Oh yeah.
And I know you could say that about all music.
Yeah.
But I don't know how often I'm in that headspace to want to listen to something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Does that make
I think
sense?
Radiohead in general is like if I get into like my obsessive mode where I'm listening to too much Radiohead, it kind of puts me in a bad mood, and I have to like set it aside for a while because like Radiohead is that kind of band where like they get flack for it too, because like it's not like all their lyrics are depressing shit and it's all bad stuff, but like the vibe of Radiohead is like a little bit dreary at times. But I think in a very similar way with Nine Inch Nails, I think that makes when like the release comes and when the like more positive parts come in, it's like it's so satisfying
of that. And like I want this on a sound, like I can picture a scene in a show and this is playing. Like there's a lot of that. But yeah, I dug it. It's like I said, not something.
Owen's asking if you have a favorite track. Do you have a favorite track from
not off the top of my head, because again, it was just the whole album.
Yeah.
There will be points. I think looking at the list right here, I kind of want to say Nude. I think I like that one.
That one is very good.
That's the only one that jumps out at me as like me looking at the title of it and like, okay, yeah, I like this one.
Nice.
Okay, and then as for my homework, shoot, Wyatt, what was yours? Hold on.
My Hero Academia season 2.
Oh yeah. Watched that a couple months ago. Incredible. It's one of those things where I was so like I was immediately back in and ready to watch it. I knocked it out in like a week. It was what do they call it? The games.
The sports festival.
The sports festival. Oh, so good. So good. I loved all of that. And then I loved all the stuff afterwards. With the other guy in the city
Stain,
and Stain, and that was so good. It was the kind of thing where I watched it. I want to say right after Invincible ended, and there was all the shows backed up that we were watching. And there's so much out there that I was mad that I couldn't just keep watching, and I had all the other homeworks to do. So I stopped after season 2. I'm bummed about it. I really, really enjoy this show, and I will definitely be watching more.
Nice.
But that's it for My Hero Academia. Thank you for making me continue to watch it. Because I feel like I needed that to like, okay, I watched season 1. I don't need to keep going. But now that I've watched 2, I got to finish it.
And
everybody
hopefully,
loved
like,
the finale.
Hopefully you can see that season 2 is like where they really settle into like, we're going to make the students, the main characters, like have these big moments that really make you care and like let them be the center of the action. And that carries through to the end of it with the final season. Yeah. Is just like the one episode that I was texting you about in season 2 that was like, this is the one I was excited to get to. The final season is like one of those episodes back to back to back to back. It's just a full season of
No,
those type of episodes, and it's you'll enjoy the ride.
That moment in season 2 is something that I feel like I will always remember as like an incredible, like emotional. Oh, so good, loved it. And then I had 2 horror shows to watch because you guys love me and you know I love horror. One was Haunting of Hill House, and one was Welcome to Derry. One of them is one of the best shows I've ever watched, and one of them is one of the worst shows I've ever watched.
Really? I forgot that I gave you Welcome to Derry.
I know you did. And I think you, let me just say something. I think you had just finished watching it and were high on it. And the fact that nobody has ever talked about that show since you assigned it to me, either way, there's certain horror that I don't like, certain types of horror I don't like, and certain types of storytelling and even horror that I do like. Welcome to Derry is not it at all. That was so gory, so disgusting, and it was the kind of creepy horror where there's like somebody smiling and just like weird and like disturbing. Yeah. Within the within the first 2 episodes, there's 2 violently gory pregnancy scenes and birth scenes that are so disturbing, and it's the kind of stuff that's like, this stuff is just fucked up for the sake of being fucked up, and there's kids being killed, and it's just not my jam. And I know you kind of pitched it on Stephen King universe stuff, but it just was like them mentioning Shawshank just isn't worth having to watch all that. I struggled to get through 3 episodes, but that's where I stopped.
Oh, you didn't even get to the real
I gave it the Bill 3.
No, you didn't.
I gave it the Bill 3.
Ryan, how long ago did you try this out? Like, did you?
I started episode 1 in a car
something about it now,
like 3 months ago, and got nauseous. So stopped watching it. And then I started it again a month later. So it took, over the course of like 2 months, I watched an episode here and there, and I only watched 3. And I would have stopped after the first one, but then after the second one, I was like, no, I'm definitely not going to watch this. But then I knew I had to watch at least 3 because it's Bill.
Yeah, that's fair. And you know what? I'm not going to be mad at you. Sorry. I appreciate you trying it. However, the stuff, the connections to The Shining and Dr. Sleep come later on, and there's time travel talk and stuff like that. It's so good. The world building is so good.
I like the one character, the military guy, the general or whatever his name is. I like. There's some things that I like. I don't like the kids. It's like I'm kind of interested, but I don't know if it's worth it to get through what I don't like about it. I don't know. We'll talk more about it some other time. But
I understand.
However, Haunting of Hill House.
Can you talk about my motherfucking homework? The one that
you did read Starter Villain, though. That was also like we did talk about Starter Villain.
You can call that extra credit.
Don't try to save yourself. Don't try to save
yourself. No, save myself. I hated solo leveling. I just didn't want to fight with you. That's all. I just didn't want to start a fight, but I fucking
You didn't even watch it. You watched
a
recap video on YouTube. You watched a recap video on YouTube.
Nope, I just read it on Wikipedia.
I feel like I was keeping all 3 of you updated episode by episode on Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
The first couple episodes, the first episode, and I'm like, I love all of these characters. I want them all to be happy. I hate that this terrible thing is happening to them. And the acting was amazing. The spooky stuff I didn't like. After episode 3,
you said spooky.
Yeah. After episode 3, I was like, okay, I'm a little more comfortable with the spooky, scary jumps, like creepy stuff. But I was so hooked with the time jump, between the past and the current timeline, and the mystery of it all. It was so brilliantly written and directed. The acting was incredible. I don't know if we will ever do a top 10 shows of all time, but I've been thinking about it because we did the movies, and it probably is in my top 10 shows of all time. I've never Same. If you want to make another Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs reference, I've only ever started to cry in a show or movie or something like that. Get back in there. The finale to Haunting of Hill House, openly crying. I can't believe that show hit me the way it did. Incredible performances, such an amazing ending. I loved everything about it. And I can't wait to watch it again. I actively can't wait to rewatch it now. It was incredible. It was so good. I hated every time an episode ended, I was mad that there's one, after about the halfway point, I was like, I only got 5 more to go. That sucks. It was so good. I loved it.
So when I again, when I assigned it, because all we do is talk about like Mike Flanagan, and I know you'd seen Dr. Sleep, which was on my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Hill House is my favorite Flanagan thing. It's in contention with Dr. Sleep. So, and I know how, like, we all love stories and movies and stuff like that. So I knew you would love the story. And I felt confident that though it was fucking probably scarier than anything that you'd ever seen, or that we at least let you actively watch, that I felt like you could get through it. So how did you do with like the more scary parts?
I will say, like Lewis just asked about it, and like definitely watch it, man. And I was told for years by people that know me and know what kind of movies and shows I like that I would like it, and they were right. They absolutely were. I will say there are some things that were a little creepy. It's more creepy than scary, and I think that if you watch it more quickly, you'll get through some of those things, and the good will outweigh the scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is one thing that, Lewis, I would straight up spoil for you, because I wish somebody spoiled for me. It is the meanest, most offensively brutal jump scare I have ever seen in my life, to the point where it like hurt for a while.
It stops your heart.
And like after I had finished the show, I was reading reviews and people like impressions online, because I was interested in what people thought about it after it came out. And people were talking about it like that, like took years off their life, like that. It is like a notoriously famous jump scare. That is the only one that really got me. Other than that, there's not really jump scares, which I'm always nervous about. It's more just creepy stuff, like, you know, like somebody standing over there, which is the kind of stuff that does freak me out. But
I'll point behind you like that. You don't know what could be in that tree right there,
right,
Ryan.
Yeah,
that was scary. I got scared just then.
Yeah, see, that kind of stuff. However, it's worth it. It's worth it. And by the end, I don't want to spoil anything, but by the end, you're less scared, and it's very, very good.
Yeah. And I would say, honestly, I would say that that's true of all of the Mike Flanagan projects I have watched so far. So I do think Hill House is like a very special and specific kind of story that maybe will be Ryan's favorite out of all of them. But I would definitely say Midnight Mass, Fall of the
Midnight
House
Mass
of Usher should be like on your upcoming ones, Ryan, because I think you dig those two. I enjoyed them a lot.
Ryan, do you
as
like,
a fellow non-spooky enjoyer?
Do you like Edgar Allan Poe? Like, is that okay? You will probably really thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch both of those.
And Midnight Mass.
And knowing that, like, I know that neither will be better than Hill House to me. I've been fully prepared on that, and that's fine. I still can't.
I almost I feel like, sorry, TJ. I feel like that's fine. Like, just Hill House is not even in like the ranking. It shouldn't be. It's just it's there. That's what Michael Flanagan did, as it's his best thing he'll ever do. I think it's his best thing that he will ever do. I don't think that will ever be topped.
Those monologues, Chris, they were so good.
But there are monologues in Midnight Mass. Honestly, Midnight Mass is like,
you're saying Midnight Mass is monologues,
a straight up drama, and the monologues in it are just banger after banger after banger. And
the monologues in Hill House were incredible,
dude.
Yeah.
So Midnight Mass.
House of Usher is a slow burn when you first started. For me, it was, at least, but then it just got better and better, and then it was incredible. As great as the monologues are in Hill House, and again, Hill House is my favorite thing. You watch Midnight Mass for the monologues. Midnight Mass has probably the best monologues I've seen. I've seen about anything. It beats out Hill House when it comes to that. But that's what Midnight Mass was for me. Like, I didn't love the horror in that or anything like, but it's just it's still an incredible show.
It's not.
It's not.
Lewis, you're gonna have to email us after you watch it. Now I want to know what you think, man.
Yeah.
Now I could be on the other side.
Yeah, Midnight Mass takes, like, it's just full of really good ideas, I think, whereas Hill House is obviously a horror thing. Midnight Mass, I think, tried to market itself as a horror to get people to watch it. Yeah. And then once you realize that it's not a horror like show, you're like, oh, but this is still fucking like peak.
3 episodes in, once I realized what it was, I stopped being kind of scared. Even during the creepy parts where they try to creep you out, it wasn't really scary because it just became kind of like a genre story.
Yeah.
After watching the ones that I did, I think the only one I didn't watch was Bly Manor. The Fall of the House Usher was my favorite, even though, like, I can look at Hill House objectively and be like, it does some things better than any of the other ones, and I recognize why people hold it as number one. But yeah, Follow the House of Usher, I think is my favorite.
I kind of like that we all have different favorites, though.
Yeah,
we're diverse.
I think it'd be fascinating if I end up liking something more than Hill House. That was just.
It does feel like
how
it's
good
hitting
Hill
the
House
things that
is?
you like a lot. Yeah.
You know how good Hill House is? Ryan was saying how he was watching it, and he just watched the scene with
no spoilers. Remember, people haven't seen it.
The monologue in the field with what's her face with the gloves.
Yep, we know. Theo.
What's her name? Theo. Yeah. And Ryan was saying that in front of Riker, and then Riker was like, "Oh no!" We were like, "Oh my god, has he got to this yet?" And Riker was so excited about the monologues, about the speeches, and how hard they hit. And he was so excited for Ryan to get to parts. Like, it's so timeless and ageless and perfect. It's just so fucking good. It's so good.
Very, very good. I will jump into my homework if we want to go next. Of course, 10 movies. That was a lot of fun. TJ gave me The Nice House on the Lake, which is a comic series.
Cool.
And I need to clarify, who has read this? About it. Who else has read this? Ryan, you haven't read it? Bill, you started it. Did you read the whole thing?
I read a big chunk of it. I got through a lot of it. One of the first things I text TJ when I finished it, because I text him throughout as I was reading it. Number one, the art is gorgeous, and it's like very unlike any other book that I've read in a while.
It's creepy how it fits the story.
It's very painterly and does not feel like a traditional comic book. But as soon as I was done with it, I think the first thing I text TJ is that I cannot believe that it has not been adapted by an AMC or an Amazon, or it is so perfectly like
Opinions stuff been adapted yet?
I don't know, actually.
I don't think so. I think Something is Killing the Children is like getting an adaptation.
Yeah.
But I don't think there has been anything. But Nice House on the Lake is
so much of like Bill. You talk about like From, and you love that show, and you told me to put it on the thumbnail because I think there was a new season out that you probably watched. It's such a like cool concept like that, where it is like there are so many questions, you're not really sure what is fully going on and how much of what you're seeing is true, and each issue delves into a specific character that you can so easily see like, oh my god, this would make such an incredible episode of TV if you got great actors, and not even like it's not like it would be heavy like visual effects or anything too, because it's these people at this house and there's flashes, backwards and forwards throughout it. It was a great read. It was one of those ones that I like started with one issue and was like, okay, I can see how unique this is and where it's going. And then the next night I read like 2 at once. And then like the next night after that, I was reading like the entire rest of the thing. Like it was just like, it really hooks you. Very fun, very tense, very eerie, but not in a horror way.
Is it ongoing or is it complete?
It's complete, but he's doing The Nice House by the Shore, or there's another one that's called The Nice House Blank that is like an anthology that it's not
12.
done yet. Yeah, I want to say it's 12. Yeah, each one's gonna.
So this story is a completed story with a cast, and it's 12 issues. The Nice House by the Shore is another set story with a different, completely different. Nice House on the Lake is like one of those things that I read that was just a wildly unique story, and you have all these characters where at first you're almost like trying to keep them straight and like remember who's who and their connections to each other, and then it just clicks and you just know who everybody is and it's just seamless. His writing is so good, like how like you said, like all of the different mysteries that they build around that their area of where they are is so good. And like I said, it's just unique because I wouldn't be able to tell you, like, even after having read it, I wouldn't be able to tell you like what the thing is. You know what I mean? I can't tell you that now.
There's still some mysteries, and I err on the side of I wouldn't want anyone to know anything going into it. Like I think it works best when you don't really know
nothing.
But it was a really fun read, and I love books like that, and especially in with most superhero comics having such long runs or changing artists, changing things like that. I love a good like this is a 12 issue thing. You can pick it up, you can read it. Like how much we love Chroma and books like that. Super super fun. Bill gave me Mass Effect 1 through 3 question mark was what I wrote down in my notes back in January.
As much as you could do, as much as I could do or wanted to do.
I started Mass Effect 1, of course, played it a bunch, played probably in total about like 8 to 10 hours of Mass Effect 1. Was like kind of, it was homework at first because the gameplay was like a little just chunky and slow, even though the moments that like you get to in the story with, I'm going to spoil some things. It's Mass Effect. That game's like over a decade old.
Well over a decade old.
That's true. Yeah, quite a bit. Like Shepard becoming a Spectre, getting to some of those story moments where like they do for as big as that game is, they make it feel so much more cinematic than like Bethesda does, for example. Like and it's shocking that Bethesda has not learned more from like BioWare and games like that, and it's still like Starfield still feels very stiff in a lot of those moments, where Mass Effect feels like you're watching a movie when you get into those story moments, and they do such a good job with that. I feel like I was kind of not vibing with it partially because I didn't really like male Shepard's voice acting, and so I talked about that with you a little bit when we were texting it. So I got like halfway through 1, decided to watch the recap for like how 1 ends, because everybody said like 2 is the one. Like 2 is the one that everybody loves. Go to that one if you're not really feeling it. So I watched the recap, started a new Fem Shep in Mass Effect 2. And again, when I started, definitely could see the leap up in quality. Really cool opening for 2 with like the Normandy getting attacked and all of that, and the kind of opening sequence and the setup for Mass Effect 2. That really hooked me. Still felt kind of like the gameplay is dated, especially having played Arc Raiders for hours and hours, playing 007 that are both like third-person action shooting games. I still feel like the shooting and the actual like gameplay fighting is a little like chunky, and I feel the age of it. Like I would be really excited to see what they did with that gameplay in a future Mass Effect that we get. That said, it was like, it still felt kind of like homework a little bit at the beginning, but the more and more I played, I would start like, okay, I'm going to play for an hour and I'll go do some random mission. And then that random mission would become this super cinematic, I'm breaking Jack out of prison, and she's like super biotic, and we're ripping through places, and I love her character, and I'm immediately like, yes, this is my number one. She wants to just like screw over these big corporations. I'm all for it. Like, yes. And every time I logged in, I would have another one of those moments where I'm like recruiting Thane, I'm recruiting these other people, I'm reuniting with Garrus. I'm like having some of those moments where every time I logged in, even though I was like, the gameplay is not as tight as I want it to be or as dynamic as I want it to be, but I know if I log on, I'm going to have one of those moments where I go, that was cool, and that felt like a movie. And it got to the point where the past 3 days, especially now being on summer vacation, I played several hours each day where I was like marathoning through it. This morning, I beat Mass Effect 2. I rolled credits on Mass Effect.
Yes, dude. Wow.
Oh my God. Wow.
I lost one of my crewmates.
No, you got to upgrade the Normandy all the way, bro.
No, it's not because of that. It's because I didn't do the loyalty mission.
Isn't what he's talking about the start of 3?
No, I don't think so.
No, could you go to the fucking center relay? You go to the.
I looked it up afterwards. I looked it up afterwards because, again, like, and spoilers for Mass Effect 2 if you're hoping to. If you don't do everybody's loyalty missions, when you put them in certain assignments on the last mission, they can die. I didn't do Tali's loyalty mission.
Oh no!
So listen, that's what happened. That's where the cards fell. I'm gonna deal with it. It's gonna be okay. But I will say,
I love the consequences of that.
I do too. Like, that's part of what I liked about it. Is that like once that happened?
What happens in 3 now?
I've been looking crazy already. But every other like moment after that, I was like, did I do this person's loyalty mission? Did I do everything I need to do? It added a lot of actual stakes to it, and I loved like that final mission. The mission before the final mission, where you do the Shadow Broker stuff, was also really, really cool. They do a lot of fun stuff, and it was like 2 days ago while I was playing, after I'd been playing for like several hours, where I finally had the moment where I was just like, this feels like my ship now. Like the Normandy feels like it's not just the Mass Effect ship that I see all the time. I'm going over here to check on the upgrades and check on this person. And I feel like I'm the captain of the ship. Cool. And it clicked where I was like, I'm a fan of this, to the point where regardless of homework assignments, I'm gonna start Mass Effect 3 tomorrow. Like I'm going to boot up 3.
Cool.
And start
Why
doing
Mass Effect 3 I think is phenomenal. I think it's as good as 2, maybe not as tight story-wise.
Yeah.
But dude, it starts because like 2 starts with you on like the Cerberus base and you have to break out and you're like, what am I doing here? Who are you, elusive man?
Yeah.
But dude, 3 starts and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Dude, it is incredible.
The first thing I did after I finished 2 was, because I remember these trailers, I went and looked up the reveal trailers for Mass Effect 3 and the like cinematics. Because I remember seeing those trailers being like, man, Mass Effect seems really cool. I should get into that. And then never did, of course. But like, it got me sufficiently hyped for like, oh yeah, I need to see this through so that I can like know the full story of the Mass Effect trilogy. But like, to the point I made earlier, like by the end of Mass Effect 2, it stopped feeling like homework, and I truly feel like very excited about Mass Effect now.
I'm so glad you got there, man, because it is not about the gameplay. It is about the fucking world. It is about the world, the lore, the alien species. Dude, by the end of it, isn't it incredible that you know all the names of all the species and which ones belong to the Alliance and which ones don't and why? And like,
I have strong feelings about the Krogan genophage. You know what I mean? Like dude, that, I have some feelings about that. Yeah.
The payoff in 3 about the genophage and the Krogans and the Solarians. Oh my god, dude, the drama is so juicy. It's so juicy.
Morden, Garrus, Thane, and Jack were like the homies. They are the ones that I was like, I have to make sure they're good no matter what. We're protecting them. The rest of everybody else, whatever. But like those 4, I was like locked in.
There is a part that happens in 3 with Tally that I do not know how your game is going to go.
Yeah.
I don't know how your game's going to go. Yeah. I can't imagine.
I mean, I could start up 3 and be like fresh save, whatever, and like re-roll things.
No, see what I'm curious.
I'm curious to mine, and I will be sad that Tally's gone. I think I tried to romance Tally in the first game before I gave up on the first game. But yeah, I'm very, very, very happy that I got the homework assigned to me, because it did, like, it was one of those series forever. Oh, Wyatt would love Mass Effect. He loves The Expanse. He loves these sci-fi stories, and I'm there finally. So thank you.
You're welcome.
My turn?
It's TJ's turn. Now that we're done talking about space.
Yeah. My homework. Okay, so we did the Other Stuff show back in January when we assigned each other homework. And 2 days ago, I'm like, oh, Bill, you haven't started my homework. And he's like, TJ, I'm not doing 2 seasons of a show that would equate to 9 hours. I'm just going to do 1 season. So let's talk about the 23-hour game that Bill assigned
to me. You took 23 hours. I can do it in 10. I can do it in 10.
No. You didn't do it in 10 hours when you first played the game. You can do it now because you played it 17 times. But the game is a 23-hour game. If you look it up, it's like, I think it says like 20 to 23 hours or whatever it is. 23 hours wasn't for me. Still played the whole goddamn thing and beat it like 3 weeks after you assigned it to me. Anyways. So yeah. So Silent Hill 2 remake was what he assigned to me.
You're gonna get a lot of hate. You're gonna get a lot of hate in the comments. I know it.
You were getting some hate for solo leveling. So that's fine.
I like solo leveling. What are you talking about?
You didn't even watch it.
Oh my god. By the way, wait. I used TJ's Crunchyroll account, and I knew that he was watching, and like every day updating when I was completing. No. Here's the thing. 2 days ago, when I called him out for not starting, that's how I knew. So he didn't know I was watching. That's how I was like, oh, I noticed on my Crunchyroll account that you hadn't even started.
I like the idea. I like the idea that he booted it up and was like, Remy, I need you to watch this show while I go the other way.
Take notes, Remy. You have really good handwriting.
TJ's gonna quiz me. Make sure you write lots of notes.
Silent Hill 2 was not what I thought it was. I didn't know what type of game it was. I thought that it was like a Resident Evil type of game where you run in and you're like shooting zombies or monsters or whatever it is. It wasn't that. And when I started the game and I'm just looking for things, and you're constantly looking for things, and then a couple hours go by and you're still looking for things. So I didn't realize it until like maybe 40% of the way through the game that's just what this game is. So I have to unlock this safe, but in order to get the code to the safe, I have to find the key that gets me into the door to where the safe is. But in order to get that key, I have to get the numbers for this padlock that's on the this thing downstairs. It's like you're constantly looking for the key to open this so that you can get the code for that, so that you can get the key to this, and it's just that's the entirety of the game. So
it's like a Metroidvania almost.
Maybe I hadn't played that, but yeah. So it just wasn't my personal type of game. Not to get like and maybe it was because I was expecting to go in and just have fun shooting monsters, and there was some elements of that, but basically it was just like moving through hallways and hitting this guy just to get past the hallway so that you can find something that you're looking for. It's a lot of like map, like opening up your map every 2 seconds, trying to find something. It was fine. Wasn't fully for me. I don't know if I'd ever play another Silent Hill game. There was a point where I like accepted what the game was, that I started to enjoy it more, just knowing like, okay, like I'm not gonna like just knowing what it was. I started to enjoy it more. The story didn't pick up until maybe 75% of the way through the game. There's a lot of like, oh, like he said something weird there. He said something weird there. Like, oh, there's a weird poster there that doesn't make sense to me. And then like 75% of the way through the game, the story actually starts to form. And then you start seeing like all the connections. The connections were cool. I enjoyed all the connections and I liked the ending of the game. But yeah, that's what it was for me.
One of the highest regarded video games of all time, strictly because of its take on horror and how it's psychological and how it's tone and not necessarily the jump scare thing. Yeah, it's the story. It's the same thing with like Mass Effect. I didn't necessarily think that you would love the gameplay, but the fucking tone and like sitting in this world and feeling grimy and feeling gross by the end of it was kind of the point. So
yeah. Wyatt, you gave me Task, which was incredible, and it's very like, so this is a you did the same you did the same thing.
Fuck me, right? Thing. I'll just go fuck myself.
No, I loved Mass Effect. Don't leave.
You're right. You're right.
You literally were like, I fucking hate solo leveling. It sucks. Oh my gosh, Edge Runner. Holy shit, Wyatt. Oh my god.
I said I liked it. I said I liked solo leveling.
Anyways, Task was definitely my kind of show because it felt very Sons of Anarchy to me, which I loved that show so much. So yeah, it was it's a single season. Well, as of right now, they did get picked up for a second season. Not sure if it's going to be an entirely new story or if they're going to continue with the main characters. But yeah, right now it's a single season on, was it Prime Video with Mark HBO. That's right, with Mark Ruffalo, and he plays a like a detective cop, or what is it called? Like force.
Yeah, he's part of a task force.
Like a task force.
It's very similar in tone to like a True Detective season 1, I feel like, with like some Sons of Anarchy mixed in. But yeah, it's really the performances I feel like that carry it, and the writing of the show. Mark Ruffalo is so great in it. There's the actor who plays Kristen Cole in House of the Dragon. I don't think any of you guys are watching House of the Dragon. He's also in it as another cop that's on the task force with Mark Ruffalo.
What are you talking about?
Dragon?
Fuck yeah, I watch House of the Dragon.
I watched the first season.
Okay, yeah, I'm very excited for that to come back. But yeah, it's really, really good. Highly recommended. I feel like it came out and nobody was talking about it. But it's one of the best. Like, if you love a good police detective, like two people chasing after each other, always one step behind type of story, it's one of the best that I've seen.
Yeah,
Did you play Silent Hill 2 remake? Sorry, someone's asking what game, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it, by the way.
It was fine. I'm sure I would have liked it much more 20 years ago, but like, but yeah, it was okay. So Task, Mark Ruffalo is incredible. Like you said, the performance are what makes it. But yeah, like all these side actors and actresses that I didn't even know going into it, like killed it. All the insanely tense scenes, like her leaving the parking lot with the kid in the back seat, like getting stopped and everything,
Spoilers,
like all
spoilers,
that was super.
Spoilers.
Nope. It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. Things like that are like was like super tense, and how that ended. There's a guy that they reveal, or there's no, I think at the end of the first episode, they realize that there's information coming from within Task.
Yeah.
How that story piece ended, I was like devastated how all of that came to be and how that ended, and like it's just not what you think it is. And loved it. I can't wait for season 2.
Is this HBO? Is this
HBO Max?
It's HBO. Yeah. It's really, really good. Highly recommend it.
And that's my homework, I guess.
I think that's everyone's homework.
We caught up on homework, everybody. How
my God,
fun.
let's go.
Good
Let's
job,
go.
everyone.
Do we give homework out now, or do we wait until the end of the show?
We usually wait till the end.
End of the show.
Assign
I
homework.
think
8-Bit Boy loved my take on Silent Hill too. Thanks, 8-Bit Boy. Thank you.
I think now again, the 10 movies list, 2-hour long video we already put up there. I didn't realize until after doing that it's like, wow, that like really exposes us a bit. I heard from a few people like, wow, that really
how old we are.
Not just how old we are, but it's like my top 3 has to do with like someone losing someone close to them. Like everything has like, you can kind of like really dig deep a little bit into each of ours. And it's like, oh, that kind of exposes us a little. I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
Like swords in my top 3, like
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love exposing myself to our.
That was fun though.
So
yeah.
The more they know about letting them in, not
got it.
So now we can talk about anything.
Obsession.
What's number 1 on everybody's list of what you're excited to talk about that is not Invincible? And I feel like Ryan should start. I feel like the 3 of us have been yakking about our stuff a lot. Ryan, what is your number 1 thing? Because Bill wants to talk about Obsession, and I know that's not your number 1.
And I'm excited 8-Bit Boy's in the chat because I know he wanted me to play this. Ever since I finished Dispatch, I have thought about it like nonstop. I beat it over the course of like 1 week, and it was one of the best superhero universes I've ever experienced.
You love that street level shit. That's dude, like your
like
jam.
It's so good.
It really is.
And like the way they did that, like their take on the Telltale thing and its gameplay, like it has like the Telltale stuff, but it also has a like mini game that is consistent throughout the whole game. And man, did that scratch like the itch that I love in like board games. Oh my God.
That's what Ryan if I've ever seen one
up, right? Oh my God. And I can't, and it's one of those things where I feel like in Telltale games, there would often be a time where you make a choice and then suddenly it's like, oh, I made the wrong one. Or, oh, this was obviously the right one. I can't imagine anybody else's story being any different than the one I created. Yet after every episode, I was in the lower percentile for decisions. I'm like, how are you guys choosing these options? Like, this is clearly the right way. And then I'd get to the end, things would be dramatically different. And I'm like, what did y'all see? Because this was a perfect story. So the way they managed to do that, loved it. I want more. Like it was so, I was so upset when it was over. I loved it.
We have to not do this on the air because I know that Bill and TJ haven't played, and I've only
played half of it.
I've played a little more than half of it. I think Nicole and I have 2 episodes left. I told Ryan it's one of those ones where Nicole and I are playing it together, so I can't play that without her. So we have to find a good time where like Grayson's gone to bed and everything. And I definitely want to go over the nitty gritty of those first few episodes to see what choices you made and how mine were different.
Yeah,
I was blown away by not only like how creatively they use some of the Telltale mechanics that I was not expecting. For example, there's a sequence with fast food items as they're putting a straw into things and the way it creatively cuts certain scenes that were like really creative, like more so than I've ever really seen in this style game. But more than anything, the actual writing and the like comedic timing of the writing is better than a lot of shows that try to do comedy. Like it's so impressive that if you took away every gameplay mechanic of this and you just made this a 8-episode TV show, it would be one of the best animated superhero.
It really would. It really would.
It's incredible.
8-Bit Boy, I think I really liked Malevola. I think her name is Alana Pierce's character.
Yeah,
I really liked just Phenomenon is so funny.
Phenomenon.
Like
He's so
Phenomenon.
He's the
No
best.
spoilers. No spoilers.
He's the
Dude,
best
it's
one.
so good.
No spoilers.
It's so good.
Invisigal is great. That's all I'll say.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, we'll have to talk. So yeah, Dispatch. Somebody else can go.
I mean, if we want to do video games, we'll just kind of stick
Bounce
with
around.
that right now.
I mean, Bill, if you want to talk about your number one, you've
Do
been
it. Let's
itching
get it.
to talk about Obsession.
I just, it makes me so mad when movies come out and they're like, this is the best horror movie, and it's like indie and low budget, and like it feels low budget from like an acting standpoint. It feels really pretentious, and like only like art students see it and fucking like it. And then you go and you're like, that was dumb. Fucking Obsession deserves literally every accolade that it's getting. Every single person who was a part of it deserves every bit of fame and fortune that they get. I hope careers explode from it. It was fucking incredible. I cannot stop thinking about it. And it's been over a week since I've seen it one time. I cannot stop thinking about it. TJ, would you agree? Wyatt? Oh, and Wyatt, you saw it. You saw it
Yeah.
too.
I think that it was it was a surprise, and that's I think the reason why I like have been so obsessed with it is because no one was expecting it to be that good, because again, like Bill said, like everybody talks about like this is the new best horror movie of all time. This is the new one. And there's always a new best horror movie every couple of months. And they just don't ever really resonate with me. Like the A24 horror movies that end on like, you don't really understand the ending, and you have to like if you have to Google it. Like I'm kind of over those movies. I used to like them, but I'm kind of over them now. This movie, like from beginning to end, is just intense. When we were walking out of the theater, literally everybody around us was talking about how sweaty their back was because of how intense it was. Here's the thing though. This is one thing I'll say about the movie is I love horror, love it. So I'm kind of desensitized to it. So I didn't feel like the scary parts were scary for sure. But I will never forget the first time I saw the movie Gravity with I think George Clooney and Sandra Bullock. When I left that movie, I was sweating. That's not a horror movie. It was just crazy intense and uncomfortable. And that's what this movie is. It's just
that with horror.
Terribly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's awkward, and it's just that's why people are
Pokey
sweating.
Pig, I will never watch it. I've actually accepted like long ago, and I hate spoilers for things.
Right.
I don't like being spoiled, even for things I don't plan on ever, just in case. I don't like seeing spoilers. I allowed myself to see spoilers for this movie because it is absolutely like, take away the horror stuff. Oh, it's incredibly awkward. Can't stand that. Or it's really tense. I don't like that. Like,
Ryan, you'll cry. I cried. There
was a moment, y'all, that like Bill left the theater, called me, and he's like,
before you finish the story, I am a bully when it comes to my friends. I will be like, Wyatt, this isn't scary at all, and then throw him in like the worst scenario. I am a fucking bully. I am like, whatever I have to do to get you to do something that will make you uncomfortable.
So Bill,
I left the theater, drove home, called Ryan, and had this conversation.
And he just told me that he's like, I'm in a vulnerable state. I am like speaking honestly right now. I am just, the future me will try to.
I'm lucid right now.
Just never see this movie, Ryan. You will hate it. Don't do it. Just trust me. And then like, not even 24 hours later, he's like, you should see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, I got him.
Bill showed up and he decided to tell you. Oh my gosh. So I saw this movie as well, post all of that conversation, because I had been hearing, I was working on the Other Stuff Show thumbnail. And Ryan's like, the guys are really obsessed. Yeah, Nicole's in the chat. Wyatt's been tortured for days, Bill. I can't even walk into a room. Thanks a lot. That's the silver lining. Nicole didn't see this movie with me, so she doesn't know the ways that she could absolutely traumatize me with little gestures around the house that would freak me out, I'm sure. But yeah, I got the message of like, hey, Bill and TJ saw Obsession. It's kind of the hot movie right now. Maybe we should put that on the thumbnail. And so then I'm like, well, should I go see this? Like, how scary is it? And it was immediately like no, it's really scary. I don't know if you should see it. Decided to go watch it. And my favorite like meme I've seen about it is somebody saying, like, just saw Obsession. They really need to make theaters where you can pace around and smoke while you watch a movie. Because that's how I felt the entire time, where I was just like, I don't want to be here. This is uncomfortable, but it like undeniably is impressive. You know what I mean? Like how much they do and how scary they make things with so little. And not even from a budget standpoint, but from a performance standpoint, from a gimmick of what the actual thing is that's happening is incredible. And like, I think it is succeeding in a big way because so many of those moments are memeable. You know what I mean? Like we put our little teaser for the Other Stuff show out using one of the things that's gone viral from the movie as well. And like, yeah, all the performances are really, really great. The lead actress in it who plays Nikki is like, I'm sure going to have an incredible career because she's such a standout in this. Yeah, I was as uncomfortable as I was watching it. I was not happy that I saw it at 3 a.m. the night after when I woke up and couldn't sleep. And I was just laying in the bed being like, fucking Bill. Like, I'm so mad he made me see this movie because now I can't sleep. But now I'm happy I saw it because I do enjoy it a lot. And I would watch it again with the lights on at home.
I can't wait to see it again. I am so excited to take Riker to see that movie. And there's only like one scene that's like kind of inappropriate. It's like there's like one sex scene, but it's like not even that bad. It's just it is so I don't know, like kind of like nightmarish in a way where like where you're having a dream where like
you fever dream, like you were
dude.
Like that's why it's kind of fascinating to me. Like Lewis said, like safe distance. Like I'm 6-8 months ago or whatever it was, I remember seeing the trailer and was like, this is something really crazy. This looks amazing. I won't see it. And I remember telling you, Bill, like there's this movie Obsession, like we like a long time ago.
What's that?
And because it is fascinating, but and I can appreciate it. I can appreciate it from a distance, but like it's
Listen, maybe this will be the last thing that we say about it, but there's no amount of hype that anyone could say that would ruin it for you. I feel like there are some movies that you go in and you've seen like parts and trailers or you've heard about it, so you're like, oh, this is about to happen, so I know what I'm supposed to feel, and then you give it credit for doing what it did, even though it didn't affect you the way.
Sure.
I was just so I was so affected by this movie. Like I've never been this affected physically, emotionally, mentally. I was affected by this movie.
I think one of the things that impressed me about it too is that there are not a ton of jump scares, like traditional jump scares. And I've seen the director talking about how like that can be very cheap to do and like kind of predictable at this point with horror movies. And that his version of what he calls a modern jump scare is just that if you leave a scene going, I didn't like that, that made me uncomfortable, I didn't like that. And that this movie has so many of those where like it starts out feeling normal and just gradually, and then sometimes all at once, you just feel like your skin is crawling and like you want to get away. And like the fact that they're able to do that without relying on a traditional just jump scare or the common horror tropes that you would think of is really impressive. And I'm excited, especially because of the premise of it and the way that they've talked about how it could be spun off into a TV series. It could be spun off into sequels. I'm excited to see what Obsession becomes in the future, because it's certainly,
they call it,
I'm sure, got a lot of attention from the studios. That like that's another big part of it. It's beating the Star Wars movie that's out in theaters. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. That there's a Star Wars movie.
Deserves it.
And like spoilers, none of us are going to talk about The Mandalorian Grogu because I don't think any of us have seen that movie in theaters, because that's the state of movies right now. And I think that was what drove me to go see it too, is that it's like, I'm interested in the fact that like there's going to be, I'm sure, ramifications throughout kind of the industry because of the way this movie's performing. It's really interesting.
Yeah. Before we move on, it's called the Uncanny Valley. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard that phrase before, but it's when something is really close to being real, but it's just off enough to where you're like, it's
like in CG. Like
Yeah, it's like
it's Tarkin in not Rogue One, but
bro,
is
it's
it in Rogue One?
it's
Where
yeah,
it's like
it is.
Tilden's a little off and it doesn't quite look right. It's mostly
That
in
is
special
what
effects.
they did in Obsession.
Yeah.
And turned it up to 11 and just
Yeah.
made you feel nauseous the whole time. You're like, why? What is wrong with this?
Oh,
Yeah.
Again,
Right.
super fascinated with the behind the scenes of it, all that kind of stuff. Applaud them. Well done. But yeah, I'm good. Who's up? TJ Wyatt?
TJ, you want to go?
So I don't consider myself, I've never really considered myself a gamer. I love playing video games. I play video games a lot, but never considered myself like a gamer until this year. I have played so many games at the front end of this year, and I'll start with my favorite. And talking about like our top 10 movies, we talked very heavily about favorite versus best.
Yeah.
It's not the best game that I played in the first half of the year. I'm sure Wyatt will bring that up eventually.
I'm so curious about which one you're going to talk about right now.
Oh, it's obvious.
Three that I could say.
My absolute favorite was Saros. It was so much fun. I like after I beat it, like normally when I beat a game, I'll play like maybe a little bit of plus for like 20 minutes and then never touch it again. I could not put this game down. Even with all the other amazing games that were coming out and other games that I wanted to move on to, like I'll still like throw it on and just like play certain boards and stuff. Like it was just ridiculous fun. And the first game like that I had played, what's the phrase? What is it called? Where like what is Hades?
Roguelite, yeah.
Where you get better and better as you go.
Roguelite.
Yeah. Okay, roguelite. Yeah. So Hades 1 was the first game that I had played like that. Saros isn't fully like that, like Hades is.
But it
it's
has
not
those elements.
I wouldn't say it definitely does.
Taking on those elements, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do have to level up in order to get better, and you do replay and replay and replay. So it is very. I would definitely say it's a roguelite, but it was just incredibly fun. And it was just mindless. You didn't have to worry about like how to do this puzzle or how to get this. It's just.
You've talked about it a bunch, before we jump onto recording, or I've heard you talk about it here and there. I don't think I've ever heard you say anything about the story. It's always all about the gameplay. Is the story good?
He said to me, if anything, Bill, do it for the story.
Oh,
which surprised me. I don't know if that's still true. Because I don't know if you had not beat it, but
you know
at
what's
that
funny?
time.
You know what's funny is that the reason why I would tell you that, Bill, is because I would say the pacing of the story is kind of similar to Silent Hill 2, where you're not really getting much throughout the game. Like you're getting actually it's a lot like Silent Hill 2. Like you're seeing things like
for all the people asking about Slay the Spire.
It's a lot like Silent Hill 2, where you're seeing the bed and you're seeing this, and he's getting flashes of this, but you don't understand why. And then later on in the game, it starts putting those puzzle pieces together in the story. The story is very Silent Hill 2 forward. And I loved the ending. And the game has that type of thing too, where when you get to the end, you're like, all right, I beat it. And then it's like, oh, but go now that you've beat it, go do this little thing. So I'm like, all right, I'll finish this up over here. And then it opens up more of the game. And then you find out that like there's a whole fucking ending. Like you have to go and do like this other thing. Like I don't know. I loved the story. The gameplay is what makes it though. The gameplay is just a ridiculous amount of fun. You have these creatures that shoot all these different colored orbs at you. The yellow ones you can phase through. The red ones you can't touch at all, or they're going to hurt you. And then the blue ones you can like absorb to gain more power and like shoot it back at them. And it's just, but the problem is they're shooting all these colors at you all at once. So it's like you have to be strategic and dashing, and it's just insane fun. Insane fun. Yeah. I'm going to play it tonight.
I also beat Saros this year. The story didn't land for me as much as it did for TJ, but I do see the things to appreciate about it and the way that it kind of, I thought TJ was referring it to Bill more so because it kind of reminds me of the way that like a lot of Alien stories unfold, where it's like the story is you're with this crew and they're on this mission to this place and we don't know what's really going on. And then the more you kind of continue on the more it sort of unfolds. And there are some great moments throughout it. I wanted it to come together a little bit more solidly like a Naughty Dog or like a more traditional like cinematic third-person action game, and I don't think it necessarily was going for that as much as it was like you're piecing it together through these different glimpses. But like, could not agree more with TJ's point about the gameplay. Like, their games, both Returnal and Saros especially, make you feel powerful in a way that like very few games ever capture. The way that you are like constantly feeling like this is too much, I'm not going to be able to handle it, and then like TJ said, you dodge the ones you have to dodge, you absorb a certain amount, and that lets you launch something heavy missile at this big giant enemy and take it out, and suddenly you're totally fine. You feel like a superhero. Like it's such an addicting gameplay loop as well, because of the random elements as you do the runs and you're getting a different gun. You're like, oh, this one's not working very well. And then you get an upgrade that like totally changes the way it works, similar to like how we feel about Hades and a lot of those. Its gameplay is some of the best I've played probably ever in like a third person action sense that way.
Nice.
So
Bill,
8-bit boy, dude, I was just gonna say,
Go ahead.
like that's one of the things that you said. You're like, Bill, it kind of reminds me of Event Horizon, like in terms of like
Totally
the story, and like it's kind of hellish and stuff like that. So it's super weird. I
think you would dig it, Bill. Like it is. And I think, Ryan, you would probably dig it too, even just for the gameplay. Like Returnal as well.
I want to play Returnal.
Returnal had a very disjointed story that I don't feel like came together as much as Returnal's or as much as Saros's did. But even then, like every now and then I would see gameplay of Returnal and I'd be like, man, I should go back and replay that. It feels so good to play. And like the roguelike mechanics are so great. And with Saros, they do such a good job of like, if you want to treat it like a true roguelike, play it that way. Or, hey, you beat that biome. Want to start at this one so you can go get that boss that just killed you? Let's start here. Like it's really well done, and they've tweaked things in such a good way that, very, very good.
Going
in
back,
my top 5 games of the year for sure.
Going back and melting bosses that you spent so much time trying to beat later on in the game.
Like in general.
Oh, dude,
that's such a good feeling. Like
Phoenix thing.
That probably is the reason why roguelikes resonate so well and why people love them, is because that feeling of just powering up and then just mopping a boss that destroyed you 10 times. Yeah.
TJ, zip through the rest.
One day I gotta convince you all to play Elden Ring, because the way Ryan just described that is what I love about Elden Ring.
That game.
No, it's one of my favorites of all time because of that same feeling.
Yeah.
TJ, so that's your favorite, not the best. And then there were a few others you wanted to talk about.
I'll go next actually, and say the next video game, because I know this one's on TJ's list because it's my game of the year so far, and that's 007 First Light, baby.
That's the best game I've played this year.
It's my game of the year right now. I know TJ beat it. Bill, you were playing it. How far did you get? Did you beat it?
I beat it.
Nice. Yep. Ryan, you haven't played it yet,
I haven't played any of it. I'm excited to, but I will eventually. So that means I'm going to go get another drink. I'll be back. You guys can talk about it.
Yeah, sounds good. I said this to you guys like in our text thread. It's better to me, even like story-wise, it will ruin like James Bond stuff for me from here on out, because 100%. This is what I want Bond to be. The amount of gadgets and leaning into the more campy, this is not realistic CIA, Bourne Identity, like Casino Royale, like the Daniel Craig era, as they went on, I think started to embrace the gadgets a little bit more. But even then, it was a bit of a tongue-in-cheek thing of like, in the Aston Martin, oh, is that the ejector seat? Ha 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 ha. No, you're going to use the ejector seat in this game. You're going to use your watch to hack into things. Like, they lean into that campy stuff without it being overly silly, and still have moments that are super serious. Like, the story, I think, was fantastic. The actor who plays Bond in this is so good. And if they don't make him the next live action Bond, I'm going to be mad about it. And I know they're not going to, because it's not like he's a huge actor or whatever. He should be him. More than anything,
most attractive Bond ever, most attractive video game protagonist ever.
He's very TJ's type. TJ, how dare you say that about Cal Kestis? You know what I mean? Like, how dare you shove Cal Kestis aside?
Cal Kestis is up there, but yeah, Bond beats him for sure.
I have thoughts on 007.
more than the story and the gadgets, last thing I'll say, the actual moment-to-moment gameplay was so satisfying. It felt like playing Uncharted 4 taken to the next level when you get into a fight with somebody. I every time I think about it, I think back to there's a fight scene where you're in like a basement wine cellar where there's like suits of armor and big like glass canisters of wine bottles, and I'm grabbing a guy, smashing him through the glass, and now I can grab the wine bottle that was in there and chuck it at the other guy and slam him against the armor. It was so satisfying and so much fun. Like I loved that game, and it, like I said, I think it will ruin a lot of future Bond stuff unless they really step it up and nail this same tone.
Yeah, I think that there was a point where I was like, okay, guys, I get it. Like, I'm there. It happened. I'm there. It's fucking awesome. I do think that I would give it like a very solid 7. I play a lot of fucking video games.
Yeah.
And I feel like it overstayed its welcome a little bit. Like the whole walk around the map, get familiar with the map. You know that that crazy action's gonna happen in this map, and right now you're just kind of walking around it so you can get familiar with it. And then all hell breaks out, and you can either go crazy bananas with guns. I thought that it was like once hell broke out and you have no ammo and you have to be like, I have to get through this with no guns or get that gun over there and try to get through it. Like, yeah, the minute-to-minute gameplay, I think that the pacing of it was very cinematic and it was very much like a movie. I do think that it overstayed its welcome just a little bit. I feel like if they tightened it up by like 3 hours, I would have loved it. But I got so used to the gameplay formula, like I said, walk around a map, hell breaks out. Walk around a map, hell breaks out. Ask some questions. It was just all kind of samey.
Hell too.
I think
it was all kind of samey. Yeah, but I mean, but I understand. But I agree with you, TJ. I understand like that's not for everybody. But
I agree that I think that there was a moment towards the end of it where it was like, oh, we're ramping up to the end, and then there were like 3 more missions. And so I agree that like I think it could be tightened up to make slightly shorter, and still maybe work a little bit better. But the moments of like walking around and familiarizing yourself with the map, the reason I enjoyed those so much is because of like, and I know this is true of the Hitman games that IO has made before, and it's made me want to go back and try those because I had never really played them. But like very early on in the game, you're in a nightclub, you have to get into the VIP section, and they're like, they give you 2 options of like, well, you could go try and get on this balcony, or you could try and sneak behind the bartender and go here. And I was like, okay, I'll head towards one of those. And just on the way there, you hear the coat check person being like, no, you can't get in the VIP unless you got a stamp. And I'm like, wait, so I could get a stamp and just go there. And so I snuck around, got the stamp, went somewhere else. And as I was walking away, I hear a woman on the phone going, no, I told you, you're on the list. Just tell them your name is Jones and they'll give you a stamp. And I'm like, oh, so I could have done that. It's so cool that in those scenarios where, yes, it is walking around and you're spying on somebody, there are at least 5 different ways to accomplish the mission. And like, I'm sure, like, I want to watch someone else playing the game because I know they're going to go through each level radically different than I did for most of them. Like that is kind of the special sauce that elevated the more walking around, less actiony moments for it, and still made it such a fun experience for me.
I think that it also it shot its load too early in the game where it was like, this is super James Bondy and I love it. Yeah, that was a little gratuitous, but whatever, it's true. It like, I don't want to spoil it, but Wyatt, what you're talking about, the thing that happened in the wine cellar, and then all of a sudden another person came in, and I don't want to spoil it because it's a big part. I'm like, this is James Bond. And it didn't stop. It just kept going and going and going. And then like who they made the actual villain, I'm like, oh, this is kind of boring. Like, I don't like that it peaked here and felt super James Bondy and like kind of like tongue in cheeky and stuff like that. And then it just went, you know.
I agree, but I would go ahead, TJ.
There was a point in the game with the character that you're talking about that you were kind of like disappointed that they went that direction. Even after that, there was a point in the game where like you found out some shit and you were like, that was fucking crazy. Like I remember you being very excited about that. The thing that I like about the game isn't so much like the big reveals, like the wine cellar stuff. Like that was all awesome. But this is, I felt like more like a movie than it was a game, and they did it so well, where if you're watching a Bond movie and he's like, you know, there's the down moments where there's no he's like at a party and he's got to do intel and he's got to like, and there's no action going on. There's a lot of that in this game, but somehow they find a way to make all of those moments ridiculously fun in a video game. And it's just a Bond movie, and it's so good.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
I'm excited to play it.
Loved it. Loved it.
I think you'll like it a lot.
Can I talk?
Next.
Who wants to talk about a video game next? Ryan?
Did
you
Ryan? It would be Ryan's turn next. If we're just going in order of like.
I feel like last time I waited too long. I'm gonna get this out of the way now. So, Swizzler Squashies.
Candy. It's candy time, everyone. I didn't write an intro, but this is the candy episode with Ryan.
So, usually every episode I want to talk about a candy that I'm into or something I'm excited to try. This one is one that I'm excited to try. Simon Carty from IGN. He's over from I believe he's in the UK. He's been visiting this week over at the Kind of Funny guys over on YouTube, and he brought these, and they were all like raving about him on one of their shows. And I've never heard of them before, but I believe the brand is Swizzles. Swizzles, I don't know, but they're called Squashies, and they look like spongy, like marshmallow almost. Weird flavors. I just bought the variety pack online. So it's, you know what time it is. It's time for a poll. You've had these before, TJ?
I have, yeah.
Put it in the chat whether you want me to try number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Just write the number 2, write the number 3, not write them, but put the number 1, 2, or 3 or 4. Weird flavors here. Are you kidding? Original raspberry and milk flavor. Raspberry and milk. Classic. Strawberry and cream. Rhubarb and custard. What's going on over there, guys?
We got
Rhubarb and custard.
I love rhubarb.
I love rhubarb. Apple. Okay. And then the only one I didn't add on there is just bubblegum. Because, I mean, come on. It's just bubblegum.
Yeah.
I want to try one of these other ones. I'm expecting them to be kind of like the what are the candy? What did I bring up last time too? Like the
Swedish fish?
Swedish candies. Like those kind of candies that are now like becoming more popular. They're
I've
kind
tried
of
those. They're super weird.
They're almost gummy,
weird.
Almost like gum. So I'm gonna try one of these right now, and we'll see together. But while everybody's putting in their number here, what else do I want to talk about?
This is two things in a row, by the way.
I mean,
if you have a candy that you want to slide in the middle,
this is gonna blend into.
Oh, I have a candy I want to slide in.
This will blend into some Wyatt and TJ talk. I loved the art style in the Mall animated series, but I didn't care for it that much. I was a little disappointed. It kind of felt like retreading the same thing we've been seeing forever. I love Maul as a character. He's super cool, but he's been cool since I was 14.
Was he really emo and upset about stuff?
Yeah, and you know what? But he's still cool. He looks cool. It's just
Bill,
such
if
a
you
good
got
design.
chopped in half, you'd be really emo and upset about it too. Okay.
I mean, I wanted to like it more. It's like, how many times are we going to see? I said it to you guys, and I probably can't do it as well now, but on the spot. But like, how many times are we going to see a Jedi that survived the Order 66 potentially go to the dark side, but then not? Like, it's just, I've seen this so many times, and it didn't really do anything new for me. And the fact that it was wedged into such a small space of everything that I've seen between Rebels and Clone Wars and the Clone Wars finale, and I've seen everything with Maul. So now let's wedge in this one little thing and tell this really interesting story that ends up just being more of the same that I feel like I've seen before. It just didn't do much for me. Again, visually cool, gotta love lightsabers, but really that was it.
So if I can start, a lot of this is what is us talking about things that we love and like wanting to like.
Guess what, guys? I didn't actually start the poll. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you said everyone pick a number, and then people started picking numbers.
Because I
and I'm like, well, where's the fucking rhubarb? I want the rhubarb one.
So everybody
Everyone
put your number in
started a
again.
stupid poll over again.
Sorry.
The vote was rigged. We got to recount, everyone.
We got to recount. So we talk about things that we love, and we want each other to love those things. This is one where you not liking it like kind of breaks my heart, because I'm not a lover of Star Wars, and I agree with you on everything you said.
You just like lightsabers, and that's all this was.
Yes,
this was a
pretty much.
DJS show.
Yes, for sure. But the reason why I don't love Star Wars is because of what you said about Maul. Is it's kind of all the same shit over and over and over and recycled. And I agree that Maul is the same. And I think maybe that's why I liked it, is because I've already had that opinion about Star Wars. I can't fault Maul for that. I fault just Star Wars for that. So I agree with you, but I just think that it was. Again, I agree with everything that you said, and it's accurate. But having that opinion about everything Star Wars, I was able to appreciate this more than other things. And like I just like anything Jedi. I think that's the most.
And I think that's why you liked it.
Maybe it was just fun.
Yeah,
I
like the Padawan, and like I loved all that story with her Jedi and
seen it a dozen times. Again,
I was
the
also
Acolyte was bad, and that's
I like the Acolyte more. I like the Acolyte more.
Yeah, how
the
dare
Acolyte
you?
had some great stuff in it.
The Acolyte had
no,
it was actually creative. It was actually a new era, a new story, new characters.
No,
I liked Maul a lot. I was very sad to hear it didn't click with Ryan as much, even though all the criticisms I get are valid. I think I enjoyed some of the characters, especially some of the like Jedi characters and the younger Padawan character, maybe a little more than Ryan did. Is that I think I went into it with a different assumption about where this will continue to go, as they've announced they're getting like a season 2 and everything, in that I don't think this is going to be a like, oh, it's a Jedi who survives and maybe kind of goes to the dark side, but then doesn't or whatever. I think they are like truly committing to a more like fully our protagonists are going to be villains and are going to be dark side stuff. And so I think that made the sort of slow burn that character goes on throughout season 1 more interesting to me than how it's handled with Cal Kestis or how it's been handled in the past, even though I get that same criticism that, yes, we've seen a dozen Jedi that survived Order 66. It is a bummer that we sort of know where Maul's story ends. It would be a lot more exciting if we didn't have that sort of button on his story, because it would open up the possibilities. I think I liked each individual episode. And again, admittedly, sucker for lightsaber stuff. And some of the like choreography of some of the fights is some of the most creative and like fun. Even just like there's one specific moment where there's characters who are like, they sense there's the bad guys coming and there's 2 Inquisitors coming, and they all kind of like gear up. And I was expecting the typical Star Wars, the villains walk out and ignite their lightsabers and it lights the room red. And instead they just sprint around the corner and it immediately jumps into it. And it was stuff like that that had so much like excitement and like and energy to it that I think I was able to forgive some of the things that maybe are a little repetitive for Star Wars. But again, valid to have those criticisms.
Yeah. All right. So Ryan, I'm pretty sure the ones that I tried were the raspberry ones.
You tried raspberry and milk?
I'm pretty sure that those are the ones I tried.
All right. So rhubarb and custard. Here we go.
I love rhubarb. It's so good. It's like a plant.
I am not a fan of rhubarb.
Kid. I love it. It's so good.
I don't know that I know
kind
what
of
a
smells
rhubarb
powdery.
is.
Oh, it smells almost like opening up like a pack of Big League Chew. But also a little bit like vegetables.
I don't like that. I don't like that texture. That texture's weird. It's like gum, but then the gum
it's kind of gum. Like
the gum.
It's like gum.
No. The gum like is supposed to stay gum, but it like disintegrates and you eat the gum. It's weird. I don't like that texture.
All right. If it weren't for the texture, it's very rhubarb.
Matt, I love rhubarb like
custard.
pie or bread. Matt, if you can make like a rhubarb dish, I'd eat it.
It does taste like I'm eating gum, like gum that is allowing me to eat it and break apart.
It's weird. It's weird. It's not pleasant.
Yeah,
that's why I actually didn't like it, because the texture was it's like too soft for me, and also I didn't think that the flavor was like. I felt like there should have been more flavor. The flavor was
raspberry
good.
And milk. I'm gonna do number 2 as well, because this one got number 2. Raspberry and milk. Oh, it's weird. They're a little weird, guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one. Matt, come down and get one. You should try it.
No, he has to stay in the chat. I told him he's Matt bot while we're live.
They're kind of foamy. It's like hard foam.
I didn't like the texture.
Gross.
Yeah.
I'm the gross one on in the podcast. That's the grossest thing. It's like hard foam.
It reminds me of something.
I bet it does. I bet it does.
It's almost like circus peanut like texture, which I don't like circus
Someone's
peanuts.
saying circus peanuts.
Did they really?
Yeah,
Yeah, Chris Wise.
Chris Wise.
Oh yeah, dude, it's totally like it's kind of like the circus peanut thing.
Yeah,
I
gross.
don't like circus peanuts. Oh, Katie likes them.
All right, I'm gonna go through a list of
like
video
Katie
games that I played and then end with my top.
Okay.
Terminator 2D No Fate was an insane amount of fun. If you
We
like
we
Judgment
talked
Day,
about that on the we played that before the last other stuff show. We
We
talked
did?
about it then. Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds
But
familiar.
yeah, it is a lot of fun. It is a ton of fun.
did I talk about Legacy of Kain Ascendance?
Yes.
I did.
Probably.
Yep.
Okay, also
On
fun.
the last other stuff show.
We didn't talk about Directive 8020 though.
No, that's a newer one.
Terrible game. Really bad.
Terrible. It was
Really,
very
really,
bad.
really bad.
Surprisingly
Um,
bad.
Yeah,
From the
surprisingly
same
bad.
from the same creators of what's that game?
Until
the
Dawn.
game that's
Until Dawn,
which is
the
great.
Quarry.
Which is great. The
Yeah,
Quarry,
yeah,
which is
man.
great. Just it's bad.
So Pragmata was a lot of fun. Again, I think it overstayed its welcome a little bit too long for me. It's a little repetitive. However, the gameplay was very fun. And then TJ, I'm sorry, did I talk about Resident Evil 9 Requiem?
No.
No,
That was
that's new.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
Resident Evil 9 Requiem brought me to tears. I don't even care that it plays on nostalgia. If you like Resident Evil, there is a part where it's no secret where you go back to Raccoon City. But I love what Capcom did in that they rebooted the series with the RE2 remake, and they're redoing everything in that universe. So this is Resident Evil Requiem. Feels like Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 4, but it is a sequel to the Resident Evil 2 remake, not the original Resident Evil 2, if that makes sense. So like 6, 7, 8, those are all sequels to the original Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is a sequel to the Resident Evil 2 remake. However, there's a part where you walk into the police station and it plays a very somber recreation of the original Resident Evil 2 theme. And it just made me cry. Like I just cried. It is so fucking good. Capcom, I mean, between Pragmata and Resident Evil 9 this year, like they just don't miss. And then they also, yeah, it's crazy like how good
They've
the
been
games
doing
are that
so
are coming
much.
out of
Yeah.
Capcom. It's insane.
Like every game conference, whatever,
Yeah.
event, it's like here's the next Capcom thing. Like they keep releasing stuff.
Yeah, it's so good that I went back and played 2 and then 3 and then 4, the remakes again, and then played 9 again. And I cannot say how much I love that game. Listen, if you guys love Resident Evil and you haven't played 9, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's very, very good. That's my game of the year. Hands down. Let's no question.
It seems to be a lot of people's game of the year. Like I feel like anybody who has any real nostalgia for Resident Evil has talked about that game with such a fever that I can tell.
Yeah.
It's definitely a highlight. It seems like for everything they've been doing with Resident Evil, and it's one of those ones that's on the list. Like I played, I think Resident Evil 2 is what we figured out when I was telling you what I remembered of it.
The original
ages and ages ago when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those ones that I've always kind of been interested in, but again, not being super into horror. Maybe one day I'll go back to it, but it's nice to know at least that like Capcom is treating that series with such respect that they're putting out games like that are so many people's game of the year. Like it gives me hope for an eventual Mega Man game that we'll get that will be great because I love Mega Man.
So the director of this game, Zach Krieger. So he's the guy who did Weapons.
Yeah.
Most recently. So, I mean, I'm not a fan of the original like Resident Evil movies. I think that they're fucking trash. I'm actually probably the only person in the whole world that liked Welcome to Raccoon City. I think that it like tried, and I think that it did a pretty good job. But yeah, I can't wait for that Resident Evil movie. I'm very excited about it.
Am I next? Should I just roll through a couple?
Yeah, if you
I'm
want
done
to
with
stick in the
video
land
games.
of,
I'm done.
do we want to stick in the land of video games and talk about what we've been playing and
Oh,
we could
one
just
more.
roll through a
Sorry,
bunch of
I
those.
missed one. Replaced.
oh yeah,
I played
still
that
know
on
Oh
my
yeah, I told you about that
Yeah.
a long time ago.
I played that on my Steam Deck. It was in my like wish list for a long time, and it finally came
Mhm.
out. It is like a Blade Runner meets the movie Upgrade. Like, have you guys
Yeah.
seen the movie Upgrade,
Mhm.
where the AI
Yeah.
takes over his body and shit like that? It's awesome. It's very slow. It's very
The last
slow
I
paced.
Yeah, the last I heard, I thought you stopped playing because you played like I feel like 4 hours or whatever, and it was slow, and then you stopped. I didn't know you kept going.
I played a lot. I did not beat it yet because I
Okay.
got distracted because RE9 came out and then Pragmata and like all this
Mhm.
other shit. But I cannot wait to go back to it. The fucking graphics are insane. Like,
Yeah.
if just to experience like an hour of that, play it. Like, it is so cool looking.
It was on
Wyatt,
my
you played it too.
wish list. It was on my wish list for. I haven't played it yet. I
Oh,
did
you
buy
haven't?
it
I thought
and
you did
download
play
it.
it.
No, it's been
Oh,
on my
okay.
wish list forever, and because
Going on
it
sale
got
for cheap.
announced like 5-6 years ago, because it kept getting delayed because the developers are in the Ukraine, I believe, and they had said like, hey, like,
That's right.
you know, we got to delay. Things aren't going great. But yeah, it's the art style of that game, just the like. It's the 2D pixel art, but the depth of like how much atmosphere and the like camera tilt and shake immediately grabbed me from those early trailers.
Wait,
And yeah,
this is-
everything I've heard about the slower pace of it and just kind of taking in that atmosphere. I need to wait for the time that I'm in the right mood for that, you know what I mean, and go into it. But yeah, I'm very much looking.
And the
forward.
combat
this
is the
This
combat's
is the
Arkham.
cloning one, right?
No, that's
No.
Oh,
You're thinking about the what is that one
What
called?
the fuck is it called?
I played this one a little bit on Xbox where you're on the
I
space
don't know what
station
replaces.
and you can clone yourself. Ryan,
It
Google
is.
replaced video game and see a few screenshots. You'll recognize it because it was at so many game showcases.
The altars. The
You're thinking
altars.
of
I was
Altars.
thinking of the
Altars.
Altars
Altars.
was
The
really
Altars.
fun.
The
I
altars
didn't beat
was
it,
fun.
but it was really fun.
I didn't beat it. I started to get into the loop of it because
Yeah.
like it's very much like get loot, upgrade this, do another thing, upgrade this.
Oh, Replace looks awesome. I didn't know this was out.
Dude,
Yeah.
it is so fucking cool. It is so
Really?
cool.
Yeah,
And
Oh,
the
very
combat,
playtime.
the combat is legit Arkham. Like, it's so crazy that you can play a 2D side scroller that feels
Cool.
like Batman. It's crazy. It's very fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to that one. That one's high on my list.
Chris, I've only tried him a little bit in training mode, but I want to jump in with other players to actually play him for real. Cyclops in Rivals.
Ooh, that's right.
But I want to play with a squad of other people playing.
TJ, hit us with what are your big video game what video games do you have on your list?
All right, so I'll roll through some of them here. So like I was looking forward to Control 2, so I did play Control 1.
Ooh.
It was a lot of fun. I liked it. It was good. It was good. I don't understand the game of the year. That honestly, it blows my mind. And I understand the whole argument of like, oh, but what it took to make the game. They had very limited resources. It was very low budget. I love that. I like seeing games be successful like that. It wasn't enough for me to justify a game of the year, but it was good. Like I definitely recommend playing it. I can't wait for 2. I'm excited for that, so I'll be playing that. Mixtape was a very quick game.
I'm gonna need
And it was
as well.
Yeah, so Mixtape was just a fun game. Like Kind of Funny was talking about it, which is why I was like, oh, I'll play this. It's like like a 6-hour, not even like 5-hour game.
Yeah.
And it was just a feel good game, and that's really all it was. And it's just taking you back to like the 90s and listening to music, and the main character building a mixtape built around events that are going on in her life over the course of like a day or two. And it was just fun. It was great. And the game wasn't anything specific. Each level was something wildly different than the last. It was
Mixtape
great.
almost feels like a Telltale game, but the actual gameplay elements when you're skateboarding, when you're doing other things, is much more in real time. It's not like quick time events necessarily throughout the whole thing, but it's just a John Hughes movie that's about music and high school friendships and saying goodbye at the end of high school. And I teared up at the end of it because it's so well done, and kind of similar to Dispatch. Like the writing in Mixtape genuinely had like clever laughs that like got me and were really funny, and some like very funny gameplay gags where you're not expecting a thing to be gameplay as somebody's recalling a memory they have of something and the way it plays out. If you have 4 or 5 hours and you're going to spend a Sunday afternoon playing a game and you like the feel good vibes of like a John Hughes movie, you can't go wrong with Mixtape. It's
Is it a 10 out of 10? Is it a 10? Because that's what it
for that. If you want that, yes, it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm not expecting like it to be James Bond.
If you don't want that and you don't see the appeal of a John Hughes movie, of a Telltale style game where there's not super in-depth gameplay, then it's not. And I could see you being like, what is this? And why am I doing this? And if you have no real nostalgia for like music and the 90s and that sort of like feeling, then I could see people not getting as much out of it. It's a 10 out of 10 for what it's trying to do for me.
Okay.
Hades 2, I'm playing that. I bought an Edge controller. So I played the entirety of Hades 2 with the Edge controller, and then all of a sudden my Edge controller, like the back right button started sticking, like literally would just like stay in place and I'd have to like wiggle it out. So like I took it to like Geek Squad and I had them open up the whole thing and they're like, there's nothing in there. Like it's sticking something internal. You have to send it to Sony. I had to call Sony and like they gave me this whole elaborate thing to send it to them. They had it for like 3 weeks. They just sent it back and I got it back yesterday. And literally before that, I was probably like a couple runs away from beating it. And then that happened. And I cannot play it now with a regular controller. I have to play it with that. So now that I got the controller back, I will dig back into that. But we need to talk.
It's one of my favorite games of all time. I love Hades too.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun. I'm really liking the story. I like her a lot. Yeah, I'm digging it. It's very good. So
without getting into too spoilery, you said that you were very close to beating it. Do you mean you were very close to beating
I might have a longer way to go than I think. I probably do.
We've told you,
we talked about how there's a doorway in your starting area to the left that wasn't
Have you
open.
seen what happens to the left?
Yeah.
Have you gone through that doorway yet?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk more off as to not spoil things. But yeah, Hades 2 was, if it weren't for Claire Obscure last year, Hades 2 would probably be my game of the year from last year. Such a incredible game. The music is so good. Scylla and the Sirens, I'm their number one fan, you know?
So the game that I need, that Wyatt, you and I specifically need to speak to Ryan and Bill about, is Lego Batman.
Isn't Bill playing it?
Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Legacy of the Dark Knight. So I wasn't prepared for this it is literally an Arkham game. Like you are flying around, you're zip lining. The city is gigantic. You can, like, just like Arkham, you can drop in on enemies, or you can go to this location in order to continue the story. There's all these side stories. There's riddles everywhere. It is a full-fledged Arkham game that parodies every iteration of Batman, the animated series, the Keaton movies, literally like everything Batman that you've ever seen. It also like makes fun of like other things. Like I just want to give one blurb.
I don't want it.
I'm gonna give it. So really, dude,
do you want me to hear the thing?
This is like a 17-hour long game, Bill. I'm going to give you one little thing because there's so many things. I just want to give one example. Like when you're fighting Penguin is like Danny DeVito's Penguin that we know, right? You're fighting him and he's shooting things at you and you're running around and then all of a sudden Penguin goes, what's the line, Wyatt?
He goes, so anyway, I started
blasting.
Doing
from Sunny.
It's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Little things like that make this game. Like Wyatt talked about a line from Bane, which is his favorite thing. Like I haven't fully beaten it yet. I'm still in it, but it is. I think it's a must play for Bill and Ryan because it's another Arkham game. It must be played.
There were, playing through the story, there were so many moments where like something would start to happen in the like cutscene they were doing to set up the next era, because they'll do like time jumps of like, now this is happening, that I would pause it. Or like if I'm playing it and Nicole's away, she comes home and like, I need to pull this part up on YouTube, Nicole. I need you to see this part. It's so cool, like what they did, because it just has you smiling from ear to ear the whole time. And then on top of that, it's an Arkham game, and like we miss Arkham games so much because of Rocksteady having to make Suicide Squad and all that stuff. So it was so much fun. It was just a delight to play through that game. So yeah, recommend it.
So yeah, now
Nice.
just getting through video games alone.
Yeah.
I finally played Astrobot, and it was perfect, as everybody knows. It was
Yes.
incredible. It's just such a joy.
You know what a fucking asshole Ryan is? Astrobot is so hard. Like when you do the extra levels, the button level, the X, circle, triangle. He's like,
That's not that bad.
he's like, Bill, I'll bet you I'll beat this one, and I've never even seen it before you leave my house right now. And he just
because
we were both standing up in front of his TV, and he fucking did it in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking hate you. It was the hardest thing, and he likes it. He likes to be tortured. He likes
so
that.
good.
It's so satisfying when there's good gameplay that's like really twitchy gameplay that like Bill, that's amplitude like that. I've got that kind of hand-eye coordination for games like that. I love it. It's like that Super Meat Boy thing.
Grayson, as I've said before, I don't know if I've said it on shows, but Grayson is of course obsessed with Astrobot. He was Astrobot for Halloween last year. Just recently, Nicole and him went to Walmart and they had an Astrobot plushie and a PlayStation DualSense pillow. And he came back, he was like, Dad, look. And he was all excited that he got those. He was like super excited. But yeah, those challenge levels are the only ones now that he will still, like, as he's playing through Astrobot, bring the controller over to me and be like, Dad, you play this one. And like, he'll make me play through those ones. But yeah, I love Astrobot so much. It's such the amount of PlayStation references and the little different bots that you find. And then like once they're back on your home base and you go and hit them and they do a little animation, like TJ, there's a Dante robot that's in this as a reference to PlayStation. And then when he's back on your home island and you run back to him and you hit him, he takes out his little guns and he air juggles another robot with the guns and everything. Like that's the level of love that they put into every little, and there's like 300 of those characters that you find. Oh, Matt was there. Hey, Matt.
Try both of them.
Yeah. It's so good.
They're disgusting.
Try the gray ones. They're delicious.
No, these.
So Matt just brought me these Swedish fish, which I've seen them before. And they're just like, they're basically like healthy Swedish fish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, naturally flavored, 3 grams of sugar per bag. Smart.
They're like $1 per gummy.
Dark. They're pungent. They're this kind of gummy.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you.
Not what you want. Not what you want with a Swedish fish. Oh, they're like tacky too. I can't open my mouth. Weird.
While Ryan's trying to open his mouth, I'll go over. We talked about most of the video games I had on my list. 2 more that I'll shout out. One that didn't come out this year, but I started playing when it first came out on PC, and then it came to PlayStation and is now, I think, part of PlayStation Plus. That's called 9 Souls. That is a side-scroller Metroidvania that is similar in art style to like the what's the more recent Silk Song Hollow Knight, the Hollow Knight games. No. That is like, but has a little bit of like Dark Souls Sekiro style gameplay in that it is very heavy on parrying. So like you'll come across enemies and it's actually, you're better off if you wait for them to attack and then parry at the last moment, and that charges up a special attack that you can do. I've been playing that a bunch just randomly because I started playing Mina the Hollower, which is a new game that just came out that I was super excited for. It's by the devs of Shovel Knight, which I really liked. And for whatever reason, Mina the Hollower just didn't really hit with me. I really like the music. Really? I really like the art style. I will maybe go back to it later. Maybe I just wasn't really in the mood for it. It was almost too hard for me. Like it felt like kind of obtuse in the way that like I don't want to retread my steps to get all the way back there after I died 3 times to get there. And that, again, skill issue on my part, probably a little bit, and just like right place, right time, maybe not. And I decided to go back to 9 Souls because I had started it when it first came out on PC and now it's on PlayStation. So I was like, oh, it's free because it's part of my PlayStation Plus thing. And I've sunk so many hours into this game. It starts out very much like a Hollow Knight where you're just this, cute hand-drawn character. And then it gets oddly like gory. And then Bill, it somehow turns into a Metal Gear Solid game. Like there's a codec call that all of a sudden happens. And like there was a level where I died in a fight and then I woke up and they were torturing me. It was like, they're clearly doing Metal Gear Solid references.
Is this the mouse one?
No, you're a cat. It's not. Mouse one is Mina the Hollower. 9 Souls is you're playing as like a cat character.
Okay.
I'll send you a trailer afterwards. It's the actual parry mechanic as well is so much fun because if you parry at just the right time, you then can slap a talisman on the enemy, which is like a delayed bomb that will blow up and like do a bunch of damage. So you're rather than running in and just hack and slash, you go in and like you intentionally wait for them to attack and then parry. It's really, really satisfying. I still haven't beaten it. I think I'm like halfway through it, even though I've put a lot of hours into it, because it's also like pretty challenging and pretty difficult, but I feel like they do enough to make it simple enough to jump back in. Really, really loving Nine Souls. I'll probably continue to play that throughout this summer. And then one I played a few months ago that's also a very short game that is on Switch and Switch 2, and I think it's on PC. I don't know if it's on PlayStation yet. Is a game called And Roger that is a very short, interactive story game that's kind of similar to Florence, if you ever played that. Florence is also on mobile. Florence was a game about like breaking up, and you're just like moving things around in the apartment and packing things up, and it was like this very emotional experience. This is similar in gameplay, and I almost don't want to reveal too much about what it's about, but it has to do with like aging. It has to do with mental health. It has to do with like mental illness and things like that. And when I say that, like, it's maybe like a 2-3 hour game. It's very, very short. I think it's $5 on Switch. Like, I was playing it on Switch, and Nicole came out into the living room as I was like finishing the game, and she's like, "Are you okay?" Because I was just sobbing, like uncontrollably ugly crying, to where like I put it down, and then like usually when I play a game that I really like, Nicole and I will be out on a walk, and I'll be like, "Oh, and then this happened. Let me tell you about this game." I was like, I think I need a few days before I talk about this game to you, because like it emotionally affected me in like a very, very real way, in the way that I would recommend if you're going to play this game to like mentally prepare yourself that it's going to be kind of a heavy topic. Like, and that sounds sort of unpleasant. You know what I mean? Like, it's very like, it doesn't necessarily sound like the most fun time, but I'm really glad that I played it. And it's one of those games that, even though my parents don't play video games, I was like, I think you guys should play this. And I think it's coming to mobile at some point this summer. I saw that they made an announcement.
What's it called, Wyatt?
It's called And Roger. And Roger.
Bill, I think you will.
It might
mess time with it.
Yeah, like the way that you talked about existential dread, and again, Bill, and I share a lot of those same feelings with you, and I think that's why by the end of it I was like bawling, but it was also like I'm hugging everybody I see after that, because it filled me up.
I'm good. My heart's pounding right now. My mouth is sweating like I'm going to vomit. Just thinking about what you went through, I don't think that I can handle it.
Then I will give you like a recap after we're off air to not spoil it for other people, because it is a really cool
I know the concept.
Yeah.
And it is very well done. That's why I know Bill.
Yeah, guys, my stomach's churning right now. I'm kind of I like video games, and I
okay,
like
Bill, we're here. Video games. A lot of video games at the start of 2026. So, do we want to get into TV shows? Movies?
Yeah. I can just go down a bunch of different shows if you guys want to jump in and talk about Drops of God season 2. I love Drops of God season 1. Season 2 is just okay. I wished it was better. Surprised it even got a season 2, but season 1 was incredible, and you don't need to watch season 2. The way it ends is great. I really liked Paradise. It's I don't know if any of you have seen that.
I haven't.
I'm halfway through. I'm halfway through the first season, and it's great. I didn't know anything about Paradise.
That was gonna be your homework, I think.
Oh, really?
I felt like you would have liked it or really hated it, but probably liked it, because I don't want to talk about Paradise, because if you don't know anything about Paradise, it has a really cool first episode, and then the hook for it. And then it just keeps going. And then, like, I actually really like the performances. I mean, it's Angstrom Levy and Cyclops. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. And season 2 was really cool. So
I will say that I watched the first 4 episodes like 3 months ago, and I did get away from me. So if you wanted to assign it to me, you
I might.
But that first episode, the ending of that episode, and the ending of the second episode, like,
yeah, dude.
I was like, oh shit! Like, I didn't know. I'm so glad that I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
so
Going to Paradise blind. Frank is saying everybody. Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think it's easier to just go quickly through some of these. Mythic Quest. I don't know if you guys have watched Mythic Quest, but I watched like season 1 and or 2 a long time ago, and then I just finally, like recently, just finished the whole thing. I think it's 4 seasons. Such a fun show. It's just so like cool, and it's just fun. I
remember loving the first 2 seasons, but I similarly I think fell off after like season 2.
Me too.
That's good that it ended well. I want to go back to it then.
Yeah, I like those characters. The Boys was fine. I'm glad it's over.
It was fine.
They
just got so deep into,
I didn't
like,
hate the finale like everybody. It's just
the first episode made me feel like, oh, I remember why I like this show. There were a few moments where I was like, they're really doing something and I like this. And then it kind of dipped in the middle. And then the finale, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I think that's about as satisfying as we can get in terms of, I think unfortunately, the posters that they put out with Homelander hovering above the planet and half the planet is on fire set expectations that like, oh, we're going to get him fully breaking. And I think that's the only thing that I missed from the final season of The Boys. Other than that, like you said, Ryan, I was ready to be done with The Boys, I think about 2 seasons ago. So the fact that it's done, the fact that it wrapped up and they put a button on it in a way that was at least somewhat satisfying for me, I'm happy with.
I think that the saddest thing is that Gen Z got canceled, and I thought Gen Z was significantly better than the most recent seasons of The Boys.
I thought Gen V season 2, like I couldn't even get through it.
I liked season 2.
Because Gen V season 2 and The Boys, my opinion about it is that I feel like the writers got in the room and they were like, we don't really need the story to be good as long as we can find different ways to like significantly gross people out. Like, what's the grossest thing you can come up with that then people will just love it? And I was sick. And like, again, like I don't have like a stomach, like a weak stomach or anything like that. I don't care about that stuff, but that's all it was. Like,
I feel like that's what The Boys in general became, sort of like it did become, it valued the sort of shock value of the grossness above other things.
But the only competition that Invincible really had was The Boys. So now Invincible can be at the top for always and ever.
Do you want me to keep rapid firing some?
I can
I'll throw one in that is on everybody's list. Can I throw one in that I know is related? It's on everybody's. My number 1 TV show of the year that I'm now reading the novellas of is A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh my God.
HBO. I wish I could go back to the weeks that show was first coming out and the way that I felt when he's shouting at the crowd, "Are there no true knights among you?" Like, I love that show so much. The actors, both Dunk and Egg, are the best. Like, they're so good. They're so charismatic. I fell in love with both of them, even with shorter Wyatt enjoying a show of that sorts. Shocked. You let me tell you how much I immediately Googled, how do I get a replica of Dunk's sword? You know what I mean? It's very expensive. I'm probably not going to get it. But yeah, I loved that show so much. I'm really enjoying the novellas. I finished the first one, so I'm now into what will be season 2 and listening to that. And it's really, really good. I'm excited to see like where they'll continue to go with that. And again, there's so many references in Game of Thrones proper to where those characters go. Like, I love it so much.
Owen,
yeah, to that point, I don't think you need to be a Game of Thrones person. It shares more in common with like almost like a sports tournament movie.
It's like
A Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale. Yeah.
It's literally A Knight's Tale. Here's the thing. I didn't think when I started, I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this show. Like but then I got past 3 and I watched all of it. And I watched all of it in like 3 days, and it was
it's a quick watch.
Great, yeah.
Especially because
I was mad.
You were like, you cannot stop. I think it was like what 2 a.m. and I'm like, I could, but no, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna finish the finale.
The thing that kind of sucks about it is that when it starts to go, it ends. Yeah, and you're like, wait a minute,
because it's
I'm
short.
sorry.
It's
how many episodes was this?
Yeah.
No, I'm not okay with this.
Wyatt and I were watching it week to week. So literally, you've seen those like they've done like TikToks of like Invincible where it's like, all right, sitting down to watch Invincible, and then they go to pick up their drink, and then the credits are rolling, because like that's how quick it goes. That's how Night of the Seven Kingdoms felt for me, because they were quick episodes, and it's just like it's like you said, as soon as it starts going.
And like obviously Invincible, I'm a big like Steve Rogers Captain America fan from comics as well. I love any story that can actually nail and not make it corny, to have a character that just wants to do the right thing and like has a like just pure moral center.
Like you said, he's worthy.
Dunk is so like, Dunk is picking up Mjolnir. You know what I mean? Like he is, and there's so many little moments like Dunk and Egg sitting, and Egg's just like, I think I could be happy in a place like this. And he's like, you're in a place like this. And like, sometimes I'll just think about that quote and start tearing up, you know, it's so good. I'm so excited for the next season of that, because I think they're filming right now.
It's at the DMV and just crying.
Sorry, I just saw this TikTok of Dunk and Egg. It's so good. I love it.
So I can spitball some things here. So probably my favorite thing, no big surprise here, is Devil May Cry season 2 was
let's go.
It just continues to be phenomenal. They did announce that it's going to be ending with season 3. I'm happy we're getting a season 3. I'm so stoked, but it is ending, which I guess is bittersweet. I'm glad that they know that they're ending before it ends, and they're going to wrap it up perfectly. I'm sad that it's ending, and we probably won't get some of my favorite characters later on in the Devil May Cry series, but that's okay. Fucking phenomenal.
We might, TJ, wait, before you go on, we might
finish the story and then do a spinoff.
They surprised us with how much they were able to manipulate the timeline and put out of order, but within order. I think that we might get some stuff from DMC4. We might.
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy was in DMC.
Kevin Conroy was in the first season and they had to recast.
Really? It hurt not having
a couple
for me, but it still worked.
It was almost jarring hearing him in the second, because he wasn't even close to the same.
Wow.
What else? So I watched, there's a musical on Netflix. Ryan, I told you about it. You asked me about it. I don't know if you watched it, but it's called
I did. Katie and I watched it.
Merrily We Roll Along. It's got Daniel Radcliffe. What's his name? Olaf from Frozen? Not Olaf, the other guy.
Mitch, help me.
Not Olaf. He plays the king in Hamilton.
Yeah.
Jonathan Groff.
John Groff. Yeah, Jonathan Groff.
Oh yeah,
he was season 1 of Invincible, right?
Not Josh Gad.
Not Josh Gad. He's incredible. And there's a song that Daniel Radcliffe does in the show where you're like, how did he do that? Great show. It's long, but great.
I would have been fine with just watching that scene. I didn't really care for the movie, for the whole thing. It felt a little too, and it's funny because I didn't realize this until, I don't know if it was halfway through or towards the end or whatever. I actually texted Mitch about it, and I was like, this feels like something from like the 80s or early 80s or something, or 70s. Like it felt like an old fashioned musical. It was like, oh, it is. It's like Fiddler on the Roof. Like it is an old. I didn't know it was like a new performance of a very old musical,
like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, like that.
Well, it's just but a musical. Like it.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is a musical. What are you talking about?
A stage musical, not a movie. And it was just okay. It was a little. I don't know. I didn't love it, but his performance was great. Like he did a really good job.
Yeah. One thing I told you guys about last year, season 2 just came out, and I just watched that. Is incredible. All 3 of you would love this show. 4 seasons. It's got Tina Fey. It's got Will Forte is in it.
Or it's called 4 Seasons.
The 4 Seasons.
Got it.
It's called The 4 Seasons. It's got Will Forte. It's got Tina Fey. Wyatt. It's got your boy that we were talking about on the movies. It's got Coleman Domingo.
Oh yeah,
he's awesome in this show. Awesome. It's the show is so good, and it's quick. So it's only 8 episodes per 8 episodes per season. Second season just came out, and they're very quick episodes. It's just
what is
great.
it about?
So it's
3
about
couples who take quarterly vacations together.
Yeah. So episodes 1 and 2, they go on vacation in the summertime to this location, and episodes 1 and 2 was like one episode. Then episodes 3 and 4 is in the
Is it like
in the
it
fall.
skips ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
And then
sold.
episodes
I love
2
it.
and 3, yeah, 3 and 4 is in the fall.
What
Episodes,
happened?
6 and like 7 and 8 are in the spring, you know. So it just keeps going like that, and it's incredible. It's very good. What else? One I'll bring up, like one of my favorite things that I've
Dude,
done.
Matt, same.
One of the
Sorry,
one of my favorite
gross.
one of my favorite things that I have done in this time period since the last Other Stuff show is a book called Scythe. It's a series, and I devoured the series in like a matter of like a month, maybe a month and like a week.
So
incredible.
Wait. So we do a book club, me, TJ, Liz, and Amanda, and we all read the first book in like 2 weeks, and then we were just like, just like, do we want to just finish all of them, like the other 3? And then we were all hands down, we were like, absolutely, like it is incredible. I did not love
there is just like anything in the world, there is a one book, like you can rank the 3 books, right? And there's going to be one that's not as good as the other, but I think that's normal. Like I get what you're saying.
What sucks about it though is that I almost wish it was the second book, because like it was like the first book is like, holy fuck, this is different, this is incredible. And then Thunderhead is like, holy shit, it did it even better. That's the best ending in any book. It's probably one of the best endings that I have ever read in any book. It is so fucking good. And then the third book just does not stick the landing for me. It's still okay.
So
it's still okay.
There's only 3.
There's 3, and then there's 4. A book. Yeah.
The fourth one isn't really a part of it. It's really just a trilogy, and then the 4th book is something completely different.
It takes place.
Think about it's Haters.
Yeah.
Haters is great. Dog Blood is incredible. Them or Us is very good.
Yeah, I'd say it's aligned with that. But it was incredible. I don't like YA. I think like YA is kind of like you think Hunger Games or like fucking Divergent series. This was like, so I went into it being like, this is gonna be dumb, and it blew my mind. It was so good.
All right.
Yeah. Knife at the Table, a friend of mine, not Matt Bot, but a different Matt of ours, suggested Knife at the Table, which is on Apple TV, and it's a reality show. Each episode is a different group of people, and they keep going like to different restaurants, and it's about different restaurants trying to get Michelin stars or trying to get their second Michelin star, and then at the end of the episode they have a ceremony. I couldn't stop watching the show. I was addicted to it. It's very quick. But yeah, that was very good.
I forgot what my problem with it was. It was fine, but I couldn't get. What could I not get out of my head? I don't think I can get the production out of my head. The fact that like they're filming here, they're behind. Like it was all very predictable to me because of the way they were filming it, or something. There was something about it that I just couldn't like. It felt too fake at times. I don't know. There was something I didn't like about it. It's been a while since I watched it, but
Wyatt, Beef season 2 was incredible. I had no interest in watching Beef season 2 because it didn't have Stephen Young.
It was incredible.
But it was maybe even better than the first season. I don't know. Like it was on par at least.
I forgot about that until it was not on my list until you brought that up. But yeah, it's such a great. I think maybe I just like Stephen Yeun and Ali Wong's performance and how kind of focused season 1 is compared to season 2 is like. It is examining multiple couples at the same time, but man, Oscar Isaac's so great. Kaylee Spaney so great. All of the other cast members are really, really incredible. And it does that like escalation thing that does sort of make you uncomfortable where you're like, oh, these people are making bad decisions because they're letting the like wrong voice in their head win right now. And it was really, really good. It's definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it yet.
Yep. Rooster on HBO Max, another show that me and Wyatt were watching. Steve Carell is a teacher as a professor. He's actually like a highly acclaimed author who becomes a professor at a school where his daughter is the teacher, and his wife used to work. His ex-wife used to work, and it's about how he like just deals with it. It's very shrinking, which is another thing we need to talk about.
And I think it's made by the same people that did Scrubs, and one of the main guys from Scrubs is in it, the older doctor. who's kind of like the boss on Scrubs,
Yeah.
is like the dean of the college. So it's got
Plays
a
a very
little bit of that
similar
DNA, but it's like it's not quite as like I would say emotional as a Ted Lasso gets, but it flirts with that type of topic. So it doesn't like it doesn't get quite as heavy, I think, as a Ted Lasso does, but that was just a really, really fun show to watch that does like tug on your heartstrings as well.
Primal, I watched you guys raved about Primal, so I watched.
TJ's just taking everybody's
like three things, and then
stuff.
TJ's like, I'm gonna keep going.
I'm just rolling because there's so much I feel like we're 2 hours and 10 minutes into this, so I'm just trying to like roll through. I watched Primal because you guys raved about it. I watched the first season, didn't care for it until the finale. I loved the finale, and then all of season 2 was incredible. And you guys, or Wyatt has said that season 3 is just not it. So I think I'm just gonna stop. I think I'm gonna stop right there.
Yeah, we've got. I think me, Liz, and Riker have maybe 3 episodes left, and it is just finally starting to feel like what makes Primal good. Yeah. But the first season is incredible because it's a surprise, and the second season is it's cinema. It's just peak cinema. It's perfect. I have no fucking notes for season 2, and then season 3 is just like
I finished 3, and I do think that they land the plane in a way that I was like, okay, I see what they were doing with season 3, and as a whole, I could probably go back and rewatch the series as a whole and enjoy season 3 more than I did. It's just such a swerve at the beginning of season 3, where season 2 feels like this, like, not an ending, but in a way an ending that, okay, let's move on to the next chapter. And at the beginning of season 3, it almost feels like a different showrunner took over, even though I know it's not the case. And they were like, no, let's go back to this and let's explore this more. And it just didn't really work for me in like, I felt like I had closure in certain ways, that it was such a jarring twist that I didn't understand why they made that choice until, like Bill is saying, episode 7 of the season, where eventually when they get to the finale of season 3, I did feel like, okay, I get what they were doing. I like this story, and I would be excited to have them continue it and go further. But yeah, season 3 is an unfortunate swerve.
And like, if I like something a lot, I feel like I won't necessarily give it shit, but I feel like I almost felt alienated. Like it felt like season 3 kind of alienated the fans. And again, I haven't finished it yet, so I can't really speak fully on it, but I don't know. I was just like, there was never a point that I felt this way in season 1 or 2. The whole time I was just like, this is incredible. Yeah. This is incredible.
It is crazy.
So TJ, you will fucking hate season 3, dude.
I'm just gonna stop. Hey,
yeah.
As of right now,
nothing wrong with that.
I loved season 2 of Primal. Season 1 was good. I'm just gonna stop with that.
If they come back with a season 4 and it's like, hey, this is incredible and it's carrying forward the story, then we'll let you know, and like 100%. That'll be worth it. But yeah, I think it's valid to stop after season 2. That's not terrible.
I have a bunch more, but somebody else take the reins. Go ahead.
Do we want to talk about Shrinking at all?
Yeah, that's on the list, man. Shrinking is just, it's becoming one of the best shows I've ever seen, if not already up there.
I thought Harrison Ford
are unreal.
I think Harrison Ford, for the last like maybe 15 years of his career, has just kind of like phoned it all in.
Yeah.
Goddamn, man. This guy can act. And it's not just like him saying, "Where's my family?" or, you know, making little quips in Indiana Jones. This motherfucker can act. And I think that a lot of it has to do with he's not just acting. Like he's old. And he sees the finish line of his life, and it's very real. And it seems like he's not acting. And it's hard for me to watch because, again, Wyatt, you called it, like Ryan, you guys know that I have a lot of problem with like the existential dread, like my fate. I have a problem with death, and it's too much. It's too much to deal with. It's hard to watch that show, and because like if you watch one and you're like, I don't know if I have it in me, like it better not be a sad episode. It better be a light one, because I can't do 2 heavy episodes in a row. Harrison Ford, man, I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he goes home at night and how he's like, yeah, this is my life. Like he's literally acting out his
Bryant.
Like And
Ryan,
it's crazy.
earlier you said when you watch things, the most you usually get is like you can feel the tears welling up and you tell it to get back in there. Are you telling me you get through all of Shrinking without
I think I have.
ugly crying? Because
Dude, it's
there are
tough,
times
though.
when I'm trying
It
to
is.
retell to Nicole what happened, and I'm like, and then he said this, and he's holding the baby, and he said, "Enjoy the ride," and like I'm just losing it because it's so like, oh my god,
dude, it's so good.
I can't hold it together.
There's definitely been times where that's probably the closest I ever get. Is that show is which is what made Haunting a Hill House so crazy to me that it actually broke me. But that show, Shrinking, man, but it has those and I don't want to call them lows, but those emotional downers. It still has such joyful moments too, though, and such great comedy. Oh, they're so
That's
great.
the thing that sucks. Listen, that's the thing that sucks about that show is that because it's like, hey, you know how you're happy right now? It's gonna end. Like it's inevitable. No, seriously, it's inevitable. It's like, hey, for every happy, joyous, incredibly high moment you're gonna have in your life, there is a fucking low that's around the corner that you can't control because it's just the way that life is. And it's like, that's why it's such a hard show to watch because you're like, fuck, it's like, I know that they're happy right now, but something bad's going to happen. But then when you're in the bad, you're like, it can't rain all the time, not to quote The Crow, but then it does rain tomorrow. It's just, it's hard. It's hard. I'm really grateful that show exists though, because it just is not afraid to go everywhere in one episode. And it's incredible. So good. Yeah. Harrison Ford. Fuck. So
did anybody else watch The Bear, Gary?
No, I still haven't watched the single episode they put.
I haven't watched.
I haven't reactivated my Hulu. I'm waiting for The Bear to actually fully come back.
I'm glad the next season of Bear will be the end. You know, I feel like I didn't like 2 seasons ago, but last season brought me back in. The Bear, Gary, the way it ends, I think is going to tie in interestingly with the new season of The Bear. However, man, I don't do well with really awkward stuff, and it definitely has a lot of that. Like, oh, stop doing
like
that.
The dinner.
Why are
the
you
Christmas,
doing that? Yeah, it's a lot of that kind of, not as intense. That was almost unwatchable for me. I can appreciate it, but no. But it definitely has some of that. Like stop doing that, man. Don't do that. Like you want to just like shake the TV. But otherwise, I mean, performances are great. You know, it's more Bear.
It was a solid episode. I think. I don't know. Not to be negative, I just don't think I really like John Bernthal that much.
Dude, I've been saying it for a while. I know. Oh yeah.
And like really anything he does.
I know.
I know. Sorry. Yeah. All right. What's next?
The Daredevil. Daredevil was good. I liked this season a lot. Some of the things I thought, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Daredevil, it took me a minute.
Yeah, it definitely took a little bit.
Born Again.
And it was out during like Invincible, and then Boys were going on. It was during a hectic time, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time remembering. But overall, I liked it. I really liked how it ended.
Yeah. The ending was great. Yeah, I liked the ending.
Season 2 is, to me, much better than season 1 was. Season 1 was a lot of whiplash, and we've heard behind the scenes stuff of like rewrites and different showrunners taking over. So this was much more consistent. It's still like Daredevil Born Again feels like it's constantly like bouncing back and forth between being like a very serious, like almost Dark Knight-esque, gritty, street level superhero drama that's taking things very seriously, and a CW show. Like, I can't decide which one it is. And so like, I'll start feeling like, wow, this does feel very grounded and real. And then there will be a character that feels like she's kind of from the CW saying something or doing something that I'm just like, this bums me out that it's not that, but I can also be okay with it just being that. I think it's just hard because there's moments where I'm like, this is so good. Like, I kind of want it to be this Dark Knight level thing. Oh, thank you. I've delivered a beverage of sorts.
Is that an old fashioned or a Manhattan?
I think it's just on the rocks, honestly. Possibly.
Wow, my goodness.
Maybe. Who knows? Right. It's off camera.
Sticking with superheroes, Spider Noir was fun. I think when they first announced it, and until like right before it came out, I thought it was a movie. I wish it was. It was just too long, and it was one of those things where, especially hour-long episodes, I was like, You did finish it or you didn't?
Have not.
No, it's just it was one of those things where I'd watch an hour of it and I'd be like, all right, an hour of black and white, old timey, and I get it. They nailed the time period, the piece. Like I get what they were going for. I just didn't want to watch that much of that for that long.
I just wish it stayed. Like, I just wish it was just a comedy the whole way through. Like,
yeah, either way,
again, I watched like 4 episodes, and the fucking funny parts, Nick Cage being Nick Cage, I'm like, I'm in. Yeah. And then it got serious, and I'm like, I'm out. And then it got funny again, and I'm like, I'm in. Like, this is the guy
that
was like, sometimes I just light a match and hold onto it so I can feel what pain feels like in, like, you know what I mean? Or like taking the Rubik's Cube from Into the Spider-Verse. That's the tone that I fucking wanted. Like, I don't know why they jumped around, but should I finish it or should I?
I don't know if you honestly. I don't know if you need to. Like, it doesn't really.
All right, I'm good.
It just keeps going and then it just ends and it was like, all right, like I think you saw enough of it. Like I said, I wish it was just a movie. It would have been better.
Yeah. I finally saw Wicked Ever After. I don't understand the hate that it got. Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one.
Did it get hate?
So great. People said that it was like
people say the first one is what's good.
Yeah,
and then
it doesn't have as many catchy songs. It has like 2 instead of a lot, and it was fine. It was fine.
I liked it.
Did you like the reveals of the characters?
Yeah,
by the end?
That was cool. Yeah, I liked all of that. That was really good. Wyatt, the Oscar movie of the year, one battle after another.
Oh yeah, you watched it. That's right.
Oh yeah, I watched it like a little shortly after you suggested it. I loved it. I thought it was very good. I thought it was like, I don't know, all the different how it moved through time. Leonardo DiCaprio is probably my favorite actor. Everything he does, I think, is perfect. I think it's perfect.
It was great. I love that movie.
All right, movies.
We got to talk about the big one that's on the
Masters of the Universe.
Not that one, but sure.
Saw it by myself. I went into it. I did a little recreational fun beforehand. I went and saw it by myself, and it started out as stupid fun, and then just ended up being like a Power Rangers movie in the worst way. Like it was not good.
Really? I thought you were going to go the other way, because so many people have said like, "Oh, I went into it and it was just dumb popcorn. Like it was just dumb."
That's how it started. It started as dumb popcorn, and then it went all the way dumb. And I'm like, "This is not for me. This is not for me." I thought Skeletor was awesome. I thought he was like the best part of the movie, but it was just it I don't know. But it didn't even take itself seriously. It just was dumb. Yeah, which is a shame because it had potential. Mortal Kombat 2. Did everybody see it?
2 was a ton of fun. That was really good.
That's an example of a movie that went all in, was dumb fun, was fucking awesome. Carl Urban as Johnny Cage was incredible. Why it was so awesome.
Is it worth me spending $20 to rent it? Because I don't think it's like it's not the cheap rental yet.
Oh, hold on.
At this point, no. At this point, wait till it's
just wait. Yeah. Have you seen the first Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
So
as in like the
because it's a sequel. This one, like I thought the first Mortal Kombat was like not great. This is what you want for a stupid, dumb, fun comedy or fun action movie that you don't have to take seriously. It really was a lot of fun.
My favorite part of the first new Mortal Kombat was the guy going, "Oh, you hear that? He's about to get his soul sucked." And so if it's more ridiculousness
it's not more cheese. It's not like Masters of the Universe where it's like leaning into the camp. It is still serious, but it's just awesome. Like it's like turn your brain off.
I've seen a long clip of the fight sequence between Liu Kang and
that's like the best part of the movie.
I know that's one of the best ones, and because it keeps going around online, I'm in for 2 hours of just that.
Rent it for $20. Dude, $20 for 3 people to watch it. I don't know how you feel with gore.
I'm fine
with Grayson.
I mean, he plays Invincible Versus with me.
Oh, bro, you're fine then. That's all that it is.
That's a little more cartoony.
It's gratuitous and like over the top, and I had a lot of fun with it.
While we're talking about movies, I'm really glad that Chris Wise said, "Please talk about Nirvana" in the chat.
I just added it to my list.
I watched Nirvana the band, the show, the movie, having not seen any of Nirvana the band, the show. Other than a few clips here and there and references of different things. And that is, I highly recommend every single one of you guys need to watch it with that same context. Don't worry about going in knowing anything. It is such a fun movie that is silly and ridiculous and kind of in the way that like an Always Sunny or like, again, I've only watched a few episodes of like Spaced, where it just feels like kind of people hanging out, sort of doing nothing. And then it doesn't become that and it becomes something different. But like, man, there are so many moments from that I think back to that. Ryan, you might struggle a little bit with it because there's some in real life stuff that is like clearly they were in a place and filming themselves that might cause you to cringe a little bit, but I think it's worth it. I think it's really
one quick clip regarding the tower in Toronto, but
yeah. that's near the beginning of the movie too, though.
Okay,
so if you can get through that.
Wait, it's a show. It's Nirvana the band, the show.
Yes, this is the movie.
It's one season.
And this is Nirvana the band, the show, the movie.
You need to have seen the show.
No,
you do not. You do
but
not.
From what I've heard, you will probably want to watch the show after.
I have now gone back and watched some clips of like older episodes of it. It's not an easy thing to watch. It's not like on Netflix or whatever. It's so good.
It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime too.
Ryan, he's telling you the truth. You can't do it.
You can rent it on Amazon for $6.
I'm erasing it right now,
Don't
Nicole.
Scare him away, Nicole.
Is it worth a $6 rental or a $10 purchase?
Especially for you, Bill. Yes.
Is it English?
No, it's Canadian.
I mean like English speaking. I meant like from London. Like because it looks.
No, it's from Canada.
They're Canadian.
Do you speak Canadian?
Nirvana has 2 N's in this. What is this? Where did you hear about this?
Stop asking questions and watch it later.
That's what everybody's
saying. Just asking questions and watch it.
How Bill has got to have seen the clip of the Wii.
I hope not. I hope not.
No, I don't know anything about it. I thought it was about the band, like it's Nirvana, the band. So I'm expecting to see something like that, and then I look at it and I'm like, this is not this.
Lewis and chat, shut up and watch, Bill. That's the last we'll say about Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. Talking quickly about a few other shows. I watched Margot's Got Money Troubles on Apple TV that I think I mentioned to you guys too. Elle Fanning, Nick Offerman, Michelle Pfeiffer, Greg Kinnear. What just a very like feel good family comedy about a very dysfunctional and like fractured family. Elle Fanning is so good in it. Nick Offerman. So everybody who's in it is great. It's a very like 10 season. Nicole has read the book. It was really funny actually, because I started watching it not knowing it was based on a book. And then I'm describing it to Nicole. And as I got to like episode 3, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then this happened. She goes, this sounds familiar. And like mid-sentence, she walks out the room, comes from the other room and hands the book to me. She's like, I read this book. Like, yeah, it's the same book apparently. Like,
oh yeah, yep.
But it's really good. I really, really liked that one. It was a lot of fun. And
Rufy Thorpe.
Nicole and I have also been watching Pop Culture Jeopardy on Netflix. Just as
I love it. It's so good.
Same.
It's so good.
We started watching it, and we'll just put a couple on every night after Grayson goes to bed, and we're playing along, shouting at the TV. And last night, Grayson went to bed.
It's a game show?
Yeah,
it's Jeopardy, but it's for us.
It's by Colin Jost from SNL.
It's for us.
But it's all pop culture.
What?
Yeah,
and so awesome. Nicole and I are shouting answers, and it's like 30 minutes after Grayson had gone to bed. We hear his door open, and he just walks out the living room and goes, I can't sleep with all this noise out here. Keep it down.
It is the only bad thing about the show is the contestants, the teams. They're insufferable. Like some of them are just really annoying.
Nicole makes me fast forward.
I do it too. I fast forward when he goes and talks to them. I'm like, nope.
Fast forward, get to the next round. Exactly.
Yeah. I just wrote for the record. I just wrote it down. Spelled Jeopardy on the first try. None of y'all.
No way. No spell check.
Dude, I swear to God, I did.
Get the fuck out
That's
of here.
why I'm so impressed. I wouldn't be able to normally, but I did it.
Last bit of TV that I'll bring up, I think, because I don't think I have any other big ones other than the ones you guys talked about. Oh, really quickly, Wonder Man came out in January. Fantastic show.
So good.
Even if you don't care about MCU anymore, it's like Andor. Andor doesn't have to be a Star Wars show. It's incredible. Wonder Man is so good. Everyone should watch it. And in May, I want to say, we got a special My Hero Academia like epilogue episode. It ended back in like November of last year. I talked a lot about it on the last Other Stuff show. Perfect final season. So incredible. they did like a epilogue where it's like several years later, you're following up with characters as they're much older now, as they're like adults. And it was like made me tear up. I love those characters so much. It's such a perfect little button on the end of the series. Fantastic. Loved it.
We got to do homework, guys. We're going 2.5 hours right now.
Almost done. Last thing, real quick. Did anybody else read Red Roots issue 2? I did not get a chance to read it. I've got it coming.
I have it. It's so I have it right here, and I have not read it yet.
I loved issue
my
1.
most anticipated issue of comics coming out like monthly right now. I've started catching up on Absolute Batman. I love that. Red Roots is such a special, like it's as special as Chroma felt in the way that it's like exploring like deeper themes, but it's such an interesting like world and like
my issue isn't here yet. I got it. Yeah,
you're reading Absolute Batman.
I started to. Yeah, I'm only like 5-6 issues in. It's really good.
Poke Pig 7 asked Project Hail Mary. Yeah, we didn't talk about it.
It's fantastic. It's probably my favorite movie of the year so far.
I thought it was really good.
Session is way better.
I thought it was really good. It was fun. It's hard for, and I know Bill is expand on this. I think it's hard for people who love the books to compare because books are always better. But the more I thought about it, the more the book was much better. However, I thought they did a great job adapting it to a movie, and it was still really good.
Yeah,
I think it could have been a better adaptation. I am happy that it's just the more people that love Batman, regardless of what Batman you like, good. I'm glad. The more people that read comics or go see movies, if you like it, you like it. Good for you. I'm happy that people love it. I fucking love the book so much. It's the best book I've ever read, and it's not the best movie I've ever seen, which I think says it all about how I felt about it.
Yeah. I definitely have seen more movies than I've read books, but I get it, and like I guess it's not going to be for everybody. Among your 3 takes, which are all kind of different, I definitely relate more to Wyatt. Like I thought it was phenomenal, and I loved the book. I was expecting there to be changes, and there to be changes that weren't as good as the book. And I'm sure you can ask questions like, well, if it's not as good, why change it? Sure. And I agree with that too. And like Bill and I have talked about it with Ryan and Wyatt, and I'm not saying anybody's wrong for not loving those changes. But when it comes to adaptations, like I always think of Hunger Games and how that is like a near perfect adaptation from book to movie, but there were changes that weren't as good. I just don't think that the changes for me, like ruined the movie for me. Like the changes were more minimal for me than I think they may have been for Bill. So yeah, I have decided to shut the part of my brain off that tries to understand that logic, TJ. Like we have different brains. Like I cannot fathom how you feel that way, because when the movie did changes in it that fundamentally changed like characters and the story. It did for me. I understand that it made you feel the same way, like happy, sad, joy, like excitement. But what more do you want from a movie?
I mean, it changed like grace. It changed grace for me. It changed.
Yeah, it's a different
it's a book though. So you see Rocky differently than I saw Rocky. You read Grace differently than I read Grace. It's a read. It is 100%, and that's okay, Bill. It's okay for us to have different opinions.
I already said that.
I know, but I like I said, I think that the changes for me were more minimal and didn't impact the overall story as much as you felt like they were a greater impact to the story, which is fine. I'm
gonna do 3 really quick shout outs about music that just recently came out that I'm really, really enjoying. Somebody mentioned it in the chat. 9 Inch Noise is a remix album that just came out that is essentially 9 Inch Nails Coachella set that they did. That is incredible. Coachella they live stream for like the first 24 hours and they take it down, so you can't watch the 9 Inch Nails Coachella set anymore unless you maybe know somebody who downloaded it and saved it to their drive, because it was incredible. And it's like a creepy art piece more than it is a performance. It's so good. And the 9 Inch Noise album that they put out is really, really great. I like it better than some of the 9 Inch Nails albums. Olivia Rodrigo just came out with an album like a couple of weeks ago, and I love it. It's like fantastic. It's really, really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. And then an album that was by an artist that I had never heard of before. His name is Genesis Owusu. He's an Australian like rapper, kind of similar to like Childish Gambino. I found out about it because I follow a channel called The Needle Drop. And I started listening to that like 3 days ago when I found out about it. I put it on while I was like farming XP in Nine Souls. Like I had that just playing, and then I stopped playing Nine Souls because I was enjoying this album so much. Wow. It's called Red Star Wu and the Worldwide Scourge. I'll send links to these. Yeah. It just came out a couple of months ago as well, and it got reviewed on the channel that I follow. It's such a fun mix of different genres to where like there's a song that reminds me kind of like the Ramones and like older rock stuff, and then there's more like funk stuff, and there's just more traditional hip hop stuff. Like, man, I really love that album. I'm obsessed with it right now.
Nice.
Speaking of which,
I have fun at the concert.
Speaking of which, there was homework that was given to me that I forgot to bring up. You gave me Theo Katzman.
Oh my god, that album.
Modern Johnny Sings Songs of the Age of the Vibe. It is so there are songs on it that are nighttime driving songs. Mm-hmm. They're perfect for nighttime driving. All of the other songs, which is like the other half of the album, and it's mixed.
Yeah.
All of the other songs are perfect morning songs to like get you up and just like, you know, like it's just that's what it feels like to me. Like and I
almost like a Jack Johnson kind of like
it's
groove in the morning.
Yeah, like the groovy ones.
I totally
like,
get it.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh, okay.
You're
and then
you're talking about Best. There's a song called Best on there. That's
my favorite one.
That is one of his best songs that I've, pun intended. Yeah, it's so good. He's such a good songwriter.
Yeah. Best
28 years later, we didn't talk about it.
Who's best? Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna listen to that album again. I haven't listened in a while.
It's great.
Very good album.
I saw Send Help. I thought that it wasn't boring. I thought that it was interesting, but I just didn't like either of the characters enough to like enjoy the movie.
Which is 28
years later was incredible. Ray Fiennes.
Okay. Homework time. Okay. We're at 2.5 hours or over 2.5 hours.
Homework time.
Should I go first since I did my homework first?
Do it.
Should I give it?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Devil Wears Prada 2 was incredible.
I'm going to go with Ryan first because this is the most left field thing.
Oh God, please,
Ryan!
Can only one of you give me a show this time instead of 3 of you? God, it's so hard.
Ryan, I'm giving you a book.
Okay.
You should
audio. How many pages?
It's short. It is not like fucking Dune or something like that. It is read by Ray Porter, who Project Hail Mary.
We did talk about Bobbyverse. We've been reading Bobbyverse.
Ryan, I have an hour left in it. I understand why you thought that I would like it. I do. I fucking love it. I think it's incredible. Yeah, I love it so much. I think it's so good.
That's awesome.
TJ, did you finish it, or do you like it still? Or
I'm still like I fall off. I have to get back into it because I did fall off of it a little bit. I'm halfway through. I'm kind of like, without giving any spoilers, like they're all like at the planet and they're just starting to like do their thing. But yeah, it got away from me a little bit. I'm not like all the way in. I understand why you like it, and I know I can tell that there's like that I need to continue
where it goes.
Fall in love with it. Yeah, so I will continue it, but that's kind of where I'm at now.
Tomorrow I get another credit on Audible, and I'm going to buy book 3, and then I'm going to start book 3.
Very cool. I love Audible. Isn't that fun? That credit? It's so good. It's so awesome. All right, so Ryan, your homework, the audio version of Patient Zero. It is a Joe Ledger book. It's the first one in a series of like
that sounds 12 books,
probably more because there's like offshoots and stuff like that. So
this sounds like a horror thing.
No, it is.
It's zombies, but it's not like
it's zombies, but it's not horror.
Yeah, it's not scary.
Okay.
Walking Dead is horror.
Oh, it is Jason Bourne meets Die Hard meets like zombies.
Okay.
Jonathan Mayberry, he wrote it. He's an author. He wrote all like really fun zombie
wait,
books, like
How many of
apocalypse
these have you
books.
read?
I've read like all of them, and then they did the offshoots of like him in Europe doing stuff.
All
Dude,
right.
they are so fucking good.
All right.
Wyatt, it was going to be your homework. I was going
Okay.
to give it to you because it's a different kind
Did
of
you
like.
read it, DJ?
No.
Oh,
I read
right.
these books forever ago. Yeah,
All
Patient
right, cool.
Zero.
Bill, I
Joe
might.
Ledger
I
book.
think I own the first book because I think Bill recommended it to me years ago, like when he first started, and I might have read
it
like
was
a couple
15 years ago.
chapters, and I didn't. I think I probably have a very old book somewhere.
Yeah, the audio is awesome because the way that Porter does it, he just makes he does all the characters are fantastic in it. Ryan, I think you're really gonna love it.
right,
TJ, do you have any idea what your homework is? It's a video game.
Silent Hill
see.
3.
It's
see if I do
RE2 remake, bitch. RE2 remake. It's
I
time.
might-
You
I
can't
might
put
just-
it off.
Wait, wasn't that what last?
Silent Hill
my
2
God.
remake.
No,
was
Silent Hill 2
2
remake was his.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I'll try to figure out how long Solo Leveling season 1 is in its entirety. Probably like 4 hours. and
I'll
then
watch.
just
I'm gonna
stop
continue,
there.
dude. I'm gonna continue as soon as we get off the podcast. I'm gonna keep watching Solo Leveling season 2 because I want to know.
Yeah.
Because it like went places. So yeah, TJ,
Well, and-
you will
and
absolutely
I feel
like
like-
RE2 more than Silent.
I was gonna
RE2
say, a lot
is
of the
closer to
complaints
Dead
about
Space.
Silent Hill was that it's not
Yeah.
more like Resident Evil, so hopefully it will be.
Yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake, and you will want to continue the rest of the series. You'll
It's
be
so
like,
funny.
how
I thought-
have I been sleeping on this?
Earlier, I thought you were talking about Resident Evil. I'm like, wow, I'm surprised he didn't like it. Yeah, I think you're gonna like Resident Evil more than Silent Hill, as somebody who doesn't play either.
Yeah,
I mean, I was gonna do that anyways. But.
yeah. Wyatt, you also have a video game,
All right.
and you probably know what it is. Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
No?
It's not Resident Evil 9, right?
No,
Why
dude,
is-
you're
oh,
no,
wait,
you're gonna
wait,
start
wait.
out.
Play the
You're
other
gonna,
Resident Evil before I do that.
you're gonna
Okay.
start with 0 before, like, yeah, you're gonna. You can't play 9. You, sir, have to play Alan Wake 2.
Oh,
Okay.
And
You know what?
before you
Okay.
play Alan Wake 2, you need to watch a hour-long recap of Alan Wake 1. You do
I
not
played
need
Alan
to
Wake
play.
1. I played
Did you
Alan
beat
Wake
it?
1. Yeah, I beat it when it first came out.
Holy fuck,
I
dude!
was like, it's good, but I didn't love it. And then when Alan Wake 2 came out, I was like, I don't know if I'm in the mood for horror stuff, and I just never
Dude.
played it.
Alan Wake 1
All right.
here, so mid. Alan
Yeah.
Wake 2, bro.
Yeah,
It
I
is
know
just-
everyone
it's-
loved it.
Remedy, who also did Control, who's also
Yeah.
doing the Control, new game
I'm
that came
so
out.
hyped for
They
Control.
were fucking cooking with Alan Wake 2, man.
All right. All right. I'll take
Cooking,
it.
cooking.
That'll be a good way because I tried playing Control and I enjoyed it, but it didn't really hook me enough to see it all the way through. And
Yeah.
I know people really, really love Alan Wake 2, so that feels like a good segue
Yeah.
into Control Resonant. Even
I
though I
was
know
just
it's not a
gonna
direct
say-
sequel, but it's in the
Yeah.
universe.
Alan Wake, it is in the same universe, and they connected it in Control. They're like, oh, hey, by the way, the stuff that happens in Alan Wake, it's connected to Control, and like, the house and all the weird happenstance that goes on. After playing Alan Wake 2, I would bet that you'll go back to Control and like it more and
Yeah.
want to play it.
I
Yeah.
probably would. I'm excited for that.
All right, there you go.
I would like to assign homework next, as to not get my homework stolen by anybody else in case somebody else thinks of.
Chris, what really quick? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Wyatt. That's ironic.
You're
Um,
Why is it ironic, Bill? Why is it ironic?
Chris Wise, officially, I'm going to take this as homework. I found a website, thanks to him, that like takes out all the recaps, takes out all the filler of the animated show, and I'm going to watch One Piece in its entirety
What?
as homework. Yeah, for Chris Wise.
Okay.
So there you go. There you go. It's official. It's on the Other Stuff show, so it's
Official.
a thing.
Okay.
It's official.
Ryan, you're the one that I struggled the most with of what I wanted
Oh.
to assign for you. There was a
Right.
moment when Nirvana got brought up where I was like, maybe I should assign this, but then I remembered the awkward stuff, and I'm not going to do that to you.
Yeah,
Um,
I do like clips that I've seen. It is I
Yeah.
do like. I'm picky with humor, but sometimes
007 was one of the ones that was up there just because it's my game of the year. But
I
I,
will
know you'll
definitely-
probably get around to that anyways. Mixtape is kind of another one that I was throwing around. One that I'm going to give you, another one that I thought of, because I know you do like
all things I would have
Zelda
played
games.
anyways. Mhm.
You like Zelda games. You've talked about the older Zelda games as well. Part of me wants to make you play Tears of the Kingdom because I love that game. But we're
Oh.
getting Ocarina later this year, and that feels like a little too much Zelda back to back. Tears of the Kingdom is a very big game as well.
I don't have a Switch 2. I will not be playing Ocarina for a long time.
Exactly. So so there's part of it too. Rather than that though, because you've talked about liking like the older Zeldas, right? Like the Link to the Past era, the top down Zeldas. I know that Bill tried this game out, and I don't think Bill finished it or necessarily vibed with it as much. I'm going to give you Hyper Light Drifter, one of my favorite games of all time. Top down Zelda like, really vibey, no dialogue in it at all.
You're gonna love it, Ryan.
Great.
Ryan, it is
okay. Good.
I can't suggest video games to you because we just don't like the same kind of video games anymore, and that's cool. I still like you as a friend. You're gonna fucking love it.
I know this
Hyper Light Drifter is so fucking good. Like it is one of my top games of all time because of I think when I initially played it, I beat it in a day, and it was like an unhealthy amount of time playing in a single day, but I beat it in a day. It is small enough that you could. That I love that game so much. It's like one of my top of all time. So that will scratch some of that Zelda itch as well, maybe, and make you excited for future Zelda stuff.
Nice. I like it. Speaking of Wyatt and future Zelda stuff, I did watch one of Wyatt's top 10 in Princess Mononoke, and it was very good. It was so Zelda, coded or whatever. Like,
right.
It was definitely one of those things that I wished I had grown up watching. You know what I mean? Because it's still, I can still see the beauty in it today. It is still a great story. It definitely shows its age a little bit, just in the sense of not that it's outdated or anything by that stretch, but it's just one of those things that I just wish I had seen when I was younger.
And it gets weirder as it goes on. Like it more
definitely does
odd as it goes on, that I think on second viewing you'll enjoy it even more, where like you kind of know what it is and you experience the beats. But dude, my guy Ashitaka, he's the coolest.
Dude, the elk or whatever, the red elk, so great. That shot of him just in the water, just staring. Oh, that was the best.
It's and some of the action, there's a specific scene, this is not a spoiler, but like there's a scene where people are shooting arrows at him and he catches an arrow, puts it in his bow and shoots it, and you see it all in one shot. Some of the coolest animation stuff. TJ, we've danced around this. I hate being a one note person, okay? And I know I made Ryan watch My Hero back to back, but I need you to start watching My Hero Academia and give it season 1.
He's gonna love it. No, TJ is gonna love it. I think
that you will love My Hero, especially as it progresses and you get to love the characters. I've said so many times, there are characters that are so Rexplode in this show that you will latch onto,
if you did say
and
that.
you will love. And like
TJ, you haven't watched any of My Hero?
He watched, I feel like you watched 1 or 2 episodes or something like that.
I watched a lot of it, Wyatt. I think you're thinking of me. I watched a good chunk
I think
of it.
TJ
I know you got like halfway through season 1.
But if TJ gets halfway through season 2, like God.
I also had on my list, TJ, the Tom Taylor Nightwing run. I think you should read that.
I do really want to read that.
So that's like a free one. But and then Bill, again, it's been long enough. Okay. It's not a long one. It's not something that's going to take a lot of your time. But I'm sick and tired of you not having read Murder Falcon. Okay,
I'm surprised it took this long.
We can't wait for TJ to finish Expedition 33 to make you read all of Daniel Warren Johnson's works. Because once you read this, you're going to want to read the rest of Daniel Warren Johnson's books because it's so good. Okay,
all right.
You're reading Murder Falcon, and that's that.
Cool. I'm going to reread that just so I can like.
That's an easy one.
The minute you start reading it, tell me because I will reread it as well.
Okay. I think I'm going to go next because I can piggyback off of that because I've got some comics to throw out there. There's been a lot of shows, so many shows.
A lot of shows.
Like we needed
a lot of video game trilogies.
A lot of video games. Yeah, a lot of. So we need to take it down a bit, guys. 3 seasons.
I gave Wyatt Nice House on the Lake.
Yeah. No, you did. You did. So first up, Wyatt, I was between 2.
Okay.
So take one as extra credit and do the other. I'll give you the choice.
Okay.
The first one is Thanos by Donny Cates. Have you read it?
Oh, yeah. It's very good.
That. I've heard about it.
Oh. Wait, I read that.
You did too, I bet. Yeah.
I think you made me read it.
You might still have my copy. One of you has my copy.
Is that the one with Cosmic Ghost Rider?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Have you read it?
I know. I've seen bits and pieces of it online, but I've never actually.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's so good.
And then you have to read Cosmic Ghost Rider with artist Dylan Burnett, who is incredible.
Yeah, even just a couple issues of Cosmic Ghost Rider, which takes place after Thanos, really good, really fun. You'll want to when you finish it.
Yeah.
The other one, if you weren't feeling that, which I think you will vibe more with, but because we're entering a season of X-Men animated season 2 coming back, X-Men 97. I loved House of X, Powers of X. It was Jonathan Hickman, and it was a kind of a reboot-ish thing that happened, a major shift in X-Men comics. You don't need to know much about what happened before, but it's some of the best art with Pepe Larraz and incredible. It has a scene with that features Nightcrawler strongly within the first issue or two that I can't ever get out of my head. And it's such a good scene that even if you just read the first 2 issues, just to see those moments and just experience the writing and these characters. And again, I loved it. And I think that you'd really dig some of that stuff, that the things that they do. They also kind of go into the future with weird sci-fi technology and stuff like that you might be into. So yeah, House of X, Powers of X is a combo thing. So I'll explain it off air or something with you, because it's like you have to read issue 1, issue 2, issue 2. Okay. So the collection, we'll have to figure out how to find it online or digital or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's for you. So again, pick one. TJ, I'm sorry. I just had Paradise, and that was the only thing I had, and I didn't know what else, and I wanted you to try that. So I guess go back to Paradise.
I'll be honest, like I loved it. And I really was digging it, but there was so much other stuff coming out that it kind of got away from me. And normally if that happens, I don't typically go back to a show. So assigning it to me will.
And you know what? Because of that, at least try and start season 2. Because there's a character and something that happens early in season 2 that I really want you to see as well. So that way we get to talk about it next Other Stuff show. Maybe by then season 3 will be coming out. Bill. Man. Yeah, I want you to play Dispatch.
Yeah.
That's an easy one too.
Yeah, that's super easy. Can we give him harder ones? Jesus.
No, shut up, TJ.
It's either that or read Cersei, honestly.
I'm not doing that. I am not reading Cersei.
Bill would hate Cersei.
I know. He would read 3 chapters.
That's Nicole's homework, just so everyone knows. I've been trying to get Nicole to read Cersei forever. She has a copy of it, and she started it, I think. So that'll be Nicole's homework by next.
Nicole, you're gonna love it. Chris Wise is reading it right now and texting me about it, and he's loving it. It's so good. I like last month. I just listened to the entire audiobook again, just on a whim, because I love her performance, and the story is just so good. Yeah, it's the best interpretation of immortality. I love it.
Chris says, I'm reading Cersei, Nicole, our book club. There you go. It's already happening.
Nicole, I want you to text me when things happen. Yeah. All right. That's what I got for you guys.
Love it.
All right. So my homework, Wyatt, I've had your homework since the day after we recorded the Other Stuff show.
You said this.
So your homework will be, and it sounds bigger than it is, but it should take you 7 hours to complete it, which is less than 1 season of a show, right? Okay. 7 hours. I want you to watch the entire 28 Days Later series. There's 4 movies.
But it's scary.
You've never seen any of them?
No, I haven't watched them.
I love that. That was hilarious. No, I haven't watched them.
No, they're scary. I don't watch scary things.
They're not scary. They're not scary.
You convinced me to go see Obsession, and then I couldn't sleep. So I don't watch scary things.
28 Days Later is not scary, bro.
I know it's more of just like a zombie thing. It has been when the Bone Temple and the newer one was coming out. Like I recognized that like there's I should get into this franchise. I can tell that a lot of people love it, so it is one that I'd like to watch. So I will watch it.
28 Days is phenomenal, but it is all hand cam, and it's a much older movie, and it's very almost no money went into making this movie. It's extremely low budget, and it's not scary. It's not scary. But it's just go into it knowing that it's very low budget. But 28 weeks and the 28 years movies are incredible. So is Date. Like they're all incredible, but man, like I think that you'll really enjoy
I think
that.
28 Days Later is like, man, the
It's just
emotions
dated.
that you'll, not even really though. Like once you watch it, you'll be like, all right, I'm in it. Like the way that it's filmed
Danny
almost
Boyle.
matches the tone of it.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah,
was
Danny Boyle, Sunshine, fucking.
I thought it was Alex Garland. Maybe Alex Garland was the writer on it.
Alex Garland wrote
Weeks. I think he wrote 28 Weeks. Pretty sure. I don't know.
I think he actually.
I remember really liking the first one, Wyatt, and I don't like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I remember the second one being okay, and I haven't seen anything else.
I like Weeks more than Days actually.
You're not crazy, TJ. It's really fun. It's really fucking good.
Yeah, it was good.
But it's more of like your typical like action suspenseful thing,
Like,
as opposed to
it's
like,
aliens.
When I think of 28 Weeks Later, we used to work at a movie theater together, and when I think of that movie, I think of every single break that I got. I would go into that theater and just watch it, like wherever it was. Ryan, Bill and I did not discuss when prior to assigning homework. You got all the same thing last time.
I have so many books right now. Oh no!
I'm so sorry. I mean, at least you already added it. At least you already added it to your queue earlier in this recording, but it will be Scythe.
Okay,
Scythe
cool. Yeah, I did. Good.
Because Ryan, it's so easy.
No, like I said, I literally already added it. That's awesome. Good. Okay. Yep. I'm on it.
So I'm doubling down on that because you have so many books. I know you will read it, but I don't want it to fall to the wayside. So
Ryan,
I'm
don't start.
I'm doing Bobaverse 3, Patient Zero, and Scythe. Those are my next 3 books.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe do Scythe
when I can do all
Patient
3.
Zero, because you will want to keep going. You will be like, where's the next one?
Bill,
I would say the same thing about Scythe.
That's what I'm saying about Scythe.
You said.
Oh, I thought you said
read.
Zero.
No, I said read Patient Zero first, because once you start Scythe, you're gonna want to continue going.
Bill, if I only ever read the first Patient Zero, is that good enough, or is it the kind of thing where I'm gonna have to keep going?
They are individual stories.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. I might want to. I'm not saying I won't. I'm just saying they are self-contained enough.
Joe Ledger eventually gets a white German Shepherd named Ghost that is his best friend and partner, and it's so good. Like the characters keep evolving and keep like going, but it's always a new threat. Like there's one that's about like it's called King of the Plagues, and it's about like this crazy virus that's gonna break out. Like it's James Bond. It's like it's very
Bye, Owen. Thanks for hanging out.
I don't even know if I should give you homework, Bill, because you're not gonna do it.
I do all your homework. I do all your homework.
Well, I'll tell you
give him a quiz question about solo leveling.
On my list. I know the guys have watched it.
Okay. All right. So yours will be War and Peace. It's a book that was old. The audio book is about 65 hours long. Gonna need you to but I will give you this one. It's gonna take you longer than 2 days to complete it, though. I want you to obtain the PlayStation trophy that is entitled Let Go from the game Saros.
So I have to play Saros.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that
Saros?
What that is? Is that beating the game, or is it beating the boss?
It is the full completion of the game.
Okay.
Let go.
The true ending.
Let go. Yep. The true
trophy.
ending of the game.
I don't platinum shit.
It's not. I don't
think that's a platinum. That's just to get like the actual ending.
By the way, you know what I fucking platinumed? You know what I did 100% back in PS3 era? Mass Effect 2.
Honestly,
remember that.
To go back to that real quick, I won't spend too long. We're almost at 3 hours. I'm really excited to start 3 because I felt a little bit of pressure. Like the overachiever in me needed to beat Mass Effect 2 before we did this show. And I think that's why Tully died, if I'm being honest. I probably would have done her loyalty mission if I didn't feel the pressure to be like, oh, but I could beat it. I could tell this is the last mission. I'm excited to go into 3 and just let the Normandy be my ship and take my time with things and explore relationships and all that. So I'm very excited for that.
You're going to really enjoy 3. Why?
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy it. It's very good. Is that it?
I think that's
I
it.
think
I think we did it.
I think we're all good. I mean, so do you want to go down the list right now?
Yeah.
I have homework. I am
recap
reading
our
Patient Zero from Bill. I'm reading Scythe from TJ, and I'm gonna play Hyperlight Drifter from Wyatt.
Hell yeah. I am going to be playing Alan Wake 2 from Bill. I'm going to be watching the 28 Days Later series from TJ. And I am absolutely going to just read both the Thanos Donny Cates and the House of X, Powers of X comics.
Hawks.
Yeah. Very
And
excited.
Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'll
You'll
dabble
want
in some.
You'll want to. I'll go next. So I am playing the Resident Evil 2 remake from Bill, watching My Hero Academia season 1 and maybe more from Wyatt, and watching Paradise season 1 and maybe some season 2 from Ryan.
Wyatt gave me Murder Falcon. Is that it, Wyatt? Do you want to give me any other?
Yeah,
I mean,
give him two. Give him two.
Okay.
Daniel
Do
Warrens.
Murder Falcon and do a Power Bomb.
Do a Power Bomb.
Those are my two favorites
That's
of
a good
his.
one.
Read both of those. Yeah.
And
but eventually you have to read Wonder Woman as a Batman fan. You have to read.
Never mind. Never mind. Murder Falcon and Wonder Woman Dead Earth. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell
I'll let
fucking
you
yeah.
borrow.
Dead Earth.
I have the trade for Murder Falcon. You can borrow it. And
Yeah.
TJ, you have Dead Earth, right?
I do, yeah. With a
I'll
Daniel
probably-
Warren Johnson.
I
fucking
need to
huge-
borrow that. I haven't read it.
Yeah. It's so good. It's
So Wyatt gave me 2 homeworks.
Mhm.
Ryan played Dispatch, and then TJ played Saros. That's my kind of homework. Like,
Yeah, it is.
give me
You got
all
some
the
good
video
stuff.
games. Give me all the video games.
You got
And-
some good
and-
video games.
Oh, but I have to get the Let Go trophy. I have to get the trophy.
Get a beat,
And Wyatt,
sorry.
I'm gonna plan on doing your extra credit of watching Nirvana the band, the movie, and reading Tom Taylor Nightwing.
Yeah.
Oh, Wyatt, I rented it, so I'm gonna watch
Nirvana
it.
the band show the movie tonight. You're
Yeah.
gonna watch it tonight.
Probably not tonight because
It's
it's
late for
10:30
you
our
guys.
time.
Yeah, it's late for you guys. But yeah, let me know what you think when you watch it. I might
Wait.
rewatch it. Very
I
fun.
have an announcement to make. This started on the Other Stuff show. It started here. Magic the Gathering started here.
It did.
Unfortunately,
Let me know what happened. What happened?
we were not able to go to the pre-release tournament of Marvel superheroes. However, Riker and his friend Mason wanted to go very badly, and they have been playing.
We would be there
Riker-
tonight if we weren't doing this.
Riker just texted us. He said, "I won the entire thing."
No way.
Riker
Oh
placed.
yeah.
Riker placed first.
Good job,
he won.
Riker.
He won an instant Dark Deed, which is Doctor Doom.
Uh-huh.
He won a collector booster.
Holy
He
crap.
won a Secrets of
Cool.
Strixhaven foil promo pack, and then 2 boosters.
Nice.
And he won the whole
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
there you go.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Good job, Riker.
Oh yeah.
Ryan,
Well,
doesn't that feel? Don't you feel something about like you? It started here on the Other
Did
Stuff
that.
show,
I did
and
that.
Riker just
Yeah.
won first place in
Yep.
in a pre-release tournament.
So when he gets the so when he opens up that collector booster and he gets a soul stone,
He's gonna get it. You know how he is. He rips.
If he gets a mind stone and that's like a $900 card, you know.
Yeah. Maybe float one Ryan's way since
Yeah.
he started the whole thing. You know?
Nicole, I don't know
I
what you're
can't
talking
wait
about.
for him to
I don't know
kick
what you're
my
talking about.
ass when we make our decks now. Because now he cannot take that apart. He has to leave that deck the same because I want
I'll
to
let
play
him
it.
know. Yeah, I'll let him know.
That's
And
awesome.
he's such like a crazy person, like taking it apart and manipulating it and building. Like that's how he
Mm-hmm.
is. So, but I'll make sure that he doesn't take it apart.
God, so good. All right, guys. That was great. Good other
did
stuff
it.
show. We did it. We'll see you all in 6 months when we're back with more stuff.
Yeah.
Until then, we'll keep talking about Invincible, and you guys keep emailing. Let us know what other stuff you guys have been into, and we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, bye. I'm Bill.
Goodbye.
I'm Bill.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm Ryan.
Oh, thanks for the happy Pride. I appreciate that. Happy Pride Month, everybody.